Well, what is going on, YouTubers? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Natural Born Driller here. I will be with you in a moment, but I just want to welcome you all first to Being the Asylum. Well, this will be episode 224. This will be your BTA Stand Deliver and WrestleMania 41 edition of this show, and with some other things we'll talk about as well. Except for one thing, unfortunately, because I didn't get a chance to watch that, which I totally forgot about. Damn it. But that'll be for another time, though. So, remembering right now, for now, to take over for me for a bit, will be the Omega Red.
All right, I think you meant to say me, but anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna cut through the bullshit. Fuck this Mania. Fuck this. Fuck this garbage. This shit was fucking trash.
Damn, already.
Yes, already, because this shit was garbage. What do you want me to say? Oh, this is great. No, fuck that. This shit was garbage.
You talking about like the whole WrestleMania? Or you talking about like the main event of night two?
Actually, I might go as far as say probably majority of the WrestleMania, probably 70% of this Mania was garbage.
Okay.
Yep. Let me guess. Oh, it was great. Nah, fuck that. Bro.
I wasn't gonna say that. No. I mean, I think we can all agree that night 2, for majority of it, like, majority of night 2 was better. I think we can all agree with that. Like, there were some better matches here besides the main event.
Night two is better overall, but for me, night 2 went downhill right after they did the whole Randy Orton Open Challenge thing. That's when it went downhill.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I can't wait to talk about that. I hope Jordan comes. So we can talk about it. I mean, like, okay. I'm not saying it's still this WrestleMania. It's not. It's definitely one of like Triple H's, like, in terms of like Triple H era, is definitely like his weakest one. It's like, the build for most matches weren't really all that great. Besides, like, besides Punk versus Rollins versus Reigns, Naomi and Jade had a good build up.
Oh, well, I mean, we don't need to go through the whole Blood Bowl. I mean, we already did that before.
Well, I'm not going to go through everything. Just, saying, like, saying, like,
okay, all I'm going to say is, when it comes to WrestleMania weekend, can we just all agree Stand Deliver was way better than WrestleMania? Can we just agree? I honestly thought Stand Deliver was way better than WrestleMania. Way better.
Yeah, it was.
Bro, I thought Triple H did a terrible pay-per-view with Royal Rumble. Well, I think he topped it with WrestleMania this year.
I'll agree with that statement.
Yes, exactly.
I think it is, bro.
Wouldn't you agree, Robert? I don't know if you watched Stand Deliver, but wouldn't you agree Stand Deliver was way better than WrestleMania this year?
Did you watch Stand Deliver?
I can vouch for that. Stand Deliver did deliver way more than WrestleMania did.
Yes, it did.
It stood and delivered.
All right, you know what, guys? Since we're talking about it, let's get the trash out of the way before we go for the greatness when it comes to Stand Deliver. So, yeah, let's get the trash out of the way first. WrestleMania night 1. WrestleMania night 1. You want to start off, Robert? Because me and Jalen were in the live reaction. But I haven't heard your thoughts on some of these matches from night 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So, I unfortunately, folks, wasn't available for both of the watch-alongs for WrestleMania night 1 and 2 for
by the way, I'm surprised you worked on Easter Day. That's actually what surprised me the most.
Yeah.
The hell.
It's one of those odd things that when it comes to work at amusement park where holidays like that, it was yeah. So
well, I mean, I don't know. I that's why I thought. I was like, I'm surprised you're working on Easter Day of all days. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Be honest with you, I thought Saturday was a better day. I was me working than Easter wasn't even that busy.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, you would. I don't know. I hope at least you got paid holiday pay. I hope.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. But usually Easter will be busy, but it wasn't for. I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad weather or anything. I mean, I know it was a little chilly, but it wasn't that. I don't understand why Easter wasn't busy as it should be every year.
I see.
But I digress. But it's not about my job though. It's about WrestleMania 41.
It's not about you, Flo.
Yeah, what job?
Wow.
Now I do agree with you guys. WrestleMania night 1 was not great, other than the main event.
Not even close.
And we're going down of it.
I'll say this: the main event. I will say in a way saved WrestleMania night 1 from being probably one of the worst WrestleManias of all time.
Yeah, I agree.
And by the way, speaking of worst of all time, we'll get to the main event night 2 soon. But anyways,
not all matches were bad night 1, but again, we'll run down some matches that we thought that didn't deliver as we thought it would. And then night 2, night 2, it did get better night 2 until we got to the main event. We'll get to that. We'll get to it.
I say until we got midway through the show. I think that's where it went all downhill. More like where I should say is when the dominoes started falling down, and then once you got to the main event, the whole place just crashed down. If you get what I mean. So
Yeah, like remember that post I sent? Like you know, remember that post I sent where I said like one like was bad overall. It had a great main event, and like night 2 was great overall. Like it had
I saw that too, by the way.
Yeah, that's pretty much WrestleMania 41 in a nutshell. You think about it, you know. But let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's get to it. Let's get right into it. Like I say, let's start with night 1. Go out to night 2.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man.
Here we go.
I've been waiting for this, anyways. I've been waiting the whole weekend.
Omega ready, bro. She ready.
So, what comes to WrestleMania 41 in Paradise, Nevada, which Las Vegas, at the Giant Stadium, I think that's what it's called. I don't know. With night 1 being the attendance of, and this is probably the real one, by the way, not the fake one that the WWE did on when Shawn Michaels when he had trauma out there. This was the real one was 57,037 in attendance on night 1.
Okay.
The one they embellished, I forgot what it was. What someone for 60.
I think it was like 67,000. Yeah, that
was bullshit.
No, was it?
I don't know why they put the need to embellish all these numbers. It doesn't. Why does it matter? You still got people there. They show even with the drone shots. Why you gotta embellish these numbers? I don't understand that.
I don't know. Well, anyways, that's not.
But anyways,
let's get right into that.
that's not important though. Yeah. So there was no official match, which people were complaining at the time where why is the pre-show 3 hours? Where we're I don't know if it was or not. I don't care. To be honest with you, I don't watch the pre-shows.
I think it was, if I remember correctly. I think it was. I didn't even watch it. I just saw it on my YouTube feed. I guess the best way to say it. I just saw it on.
Yeah, the pre-shows was basically for those casuals that don't watch it weekly, whatever. And but they hope they know what wrestling that, or maybe some of them they know wrestling is coming up because this was a lackluster build. But but at least when it comes to that, some fans can watch the pre-show and see the the highlights of the and build-ups that were be presented. I was like, okay, so this is what we're expected to see for the main show when once it turns on.
Yeah.
So that being said, the opening match was for the World Heavyweight Championship. Jey Uso versus the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. 16 minutes and 30 seconds lasted.
It was mid. This match was not great.
It was mid. Unlike this match, the match was.
Robert, before you after you watch the show, did you actually go back to our live reaction, or at least mine, to see how my reaction was? Or
no, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check out when I can. Just
okay. All I'm gonna say is for my live reaction, just look at the live reaction I did for night 2's main event. That's all I'm gonna say. I did it all over that match the entire time.
Oh boy,
I was like,
I can imagine.
I was like, this shit was fucking boring. This shit was a fucking video game match. I'll get to the reason why.
It was a 2K match.
Oh, I want to hear what match you mean by that.
No, it really was a fucking 2K match.
You talking about the main event?
Yeah, I'm talking about the main event night 2. That was a fucking video game match.
Oh, really? You thought that was a video game match? Okay.
A video game match, a fucking spammer, fucking Cody.
Yeah, I want to say
shit. Like, you fucking piece of shit. Fuck you.
I want to say something real quick.
Cena.
Hold on.
We're not there yet. My God, you're already burying it.
I know, but let me say something real quick. Like,
yeah. Fuck everyone involved in that match. They're all pieces of shit, in my opinion. Fuck them all.
Oh my God.
What?
Great way to set wrestling back another 50 years there, you piece of shit. Fuck all of you.
Wow. But anyway, let me say something. So, the way I can compare this match,
I'm glad Tony actually released Cody, because God, imagine how bad AEW would have been if Cody was still around.
Oh God!
Wow, you're really going there.
Look at that. This right here is proof of it. When you give Cody his creative control, That was proof of it right there.
This is great.
Wow.
This is great.
Oh my God.
I don't want to picture those indie garbage mud show matches him and Moxley would be having right now if Cody
Oh
was
man.
Oh no, yeah. Especially Moxie now. No, I don't want to see that. But so like I was saying,
Jey Uso and Gunter, Mr. Uso and Mr. Gonta, I guess. Yeah, this match was not great. It was not great. I wasn't expecting much, but I was thinking it was going to be a little better than what we got. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. I thought the other matches, the 3 matches they had before were great.
Yeah, I thought the Saturday night's main event match was way better.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah. And the finish. I got to talk about the finish.
Oh,
they pulled
that finish.
They pulled
that was so bad. I'm like, really? Gunther taps out?
They pretty much pulled Ilya Dragunov.
Well, at least Ilya Dragunov looked badass, and it was actually
great. But Dragunov, it looked like he was choking him out. It looked like he really was choking him.
And you know what? And
this one didn't work. This didn't work with Jey Uso.
Well, you want to know why? You want to know why? Because Dragunov is a guy who literally can go to war with anybody and make it look great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, obviously.
No, it just doesn't. It doesn't click the same.
This is not against Jey Uso here, but holy shit, this was not. This was a bad finish.
Yeah, that's why I said it looked like they were trying to go for like the Ilya Dragunov, choke out Gunther finish. Like it didn't. Like for the reaction, like it kind of soft up.
It did.
But I mean, like looking back at it, it didn't click. Yeah.
And yeah,
go ahead.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, they did out. I would have been fine if he did the 3 Uso splashes in one and just pinned them. That would have been fine.
Yeah, that would have been fine.
Yeah,
the fact that they had him not only then immediately choke him out and then he just taps out. I'm like, really, like the fuck.
I didn't like how they did that.
That didn't make any sense to me. And by the way, I'm sorry, but Jey Uso had a pretty shitty looking sleeper hold. So I'm like, so.
It did. That's why I didn't like it, because at least with Dragunov, again, looking back at what Dragunov did to Gunther when he was Walter, it looked like he was really choking him. This one didn't look like that long. He was choking Gunther, and Gunther topped out. That's what made it worse.
It looked just as bad as John Cena STFU. That's how bad it looked.
Oh my god! Yeah, I mean, yeah, I gotta agree with that. Because it
was better than obviously Cena did in the main event, but we'll talk about that.
Gunther had plenty of room to try to get out of it, and then but he didn't. He just tapped out.
Yeah, I would have preferred hell, even if he did the spear, I would have preferred that, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Which he did do the spear, and it looked like shit. By the way, so. Wasn't bad as theory, but yeah, he needs to take that. He needs to take that out of his move set. It doesn't look. It just doesn't look good. And by the way, Jay, don't add that sleeper hold to your moveset either. No, don't. No, don't either. Don't. At least Gunther makes it look like he's actually choking out somebody. You made it look like you were barely even touching him, or you're barely putting pressure on it. I should say.
Yo, you better set up boost for I choke you. Wow.
And yeah, Jey Uso is the new World Heavyweight Champion because of that, and
which we expected.
We expected this. Not against Jey Uso winning the belt. To me, I still don't see him as being world champion. And I know why they did it. He's popular. He's over. He sells merch. His movesets, is not anything great. But I'll take him over Cena.
I wish you were there, man. I wish you were there, bro.
Over both Cena and Cody.
I wish you were there for the reaction. I would have just loved to hear you.
I wish too, man. I wish too, man. Oh yeah, and we'll get to more Cena.
Fucking ass bumps.
And we'll get to more Cena. So
and by the way, the worst. Well, we'll get to it, but I think you might know what I'm talking about. The worst ass bump in the mall. Yeah, he took in that match.
Oh God.
I mean, I don't think I remember.
Actually, I can't wait. I can't wait to talk about that too.
It was, and it was a shitty sell too. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we will.
So.
All right. Then following that, then wasn't any better. But I still enjoy it. I still kind of enjoyed it for what it was. But even though it was mid, and this for the World Tag Team Championships, the New Day versus the World Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders. 9 minutes and 15 seconds.
It. There you go. That's what I thought.
Wait, say that again the way you did it. I hated it.
I hated it. There you go.
That might be a new thing, bro. But anyway,
yes.
Yeah, to me, this match sucked. Fuck this match too.
I did hear the War Raiders entrance. The whole
the
plans.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
I guess WWE's still in the AEW's thing of now putting advertisement in wrestlers' ring gears.
I guess.
Yeah. Because I remember Adam Cole something like that.
Remember Will Ospreay had the Assassin's Creed entrance. Yeah,
and Adam Cole had like that too for I think like Halo or Gears of War or something like that. Yeah, it was one of them. But yeah, I thought this match was okay. It honestly could have been on Raw, to be honest.
Yeah, should have been on Raw. Should have been.
Yeah, which it did. I mean, it did happen on Raw, but DQ.
Yeah, but even that was
that was garbage.
Honestly, bro, they should have had the WWE tag team titles in this WrestleMania.
I agree. They should have.
I would, or you know what? Because I was saying about this, they should have did like how like back in Ruthless Aggression era they had like the Raw versus SmackDown matches. Like Taker versus Orton and Undertaker versus like Kane. Batista versus Umaga. They should have done something like that, like Street Profits versus the War Raiders. Something like that. I would have did that if you were gonna have a championship match, but that's just me.
And I knew New Day was winning, because they want to they want to salvage this whole heel turn with New Day, and the only way to do it is to put the belt on them.
They want to try to solve it, but it's not working.
I even said it in the preview. Remember, like I said, like if New Day don't win, then what this whole heel turn is kind of like it's a huge fail, So I kind of figured they were gonna win.
It's already been.
I mean, I think.
It's been a fail.
But yeah, New Day has won the tag team titles at WrestleMania.
Yeah, so. Yay! Who gives a shit? They don't deserve no other world tag team titles. Fuck that.
What's this now? 13 time?
Yeah, I think
15 time, 16 time. I don't give a shit. Fuck.
It doesn't matter.
Fuck them. Whatever. I can give a shit. Fuck them.
I'm sorry. They still got that catch up to do to beat Dougie Boy's records.
Yeah, because they're like 23.
They never do. Fuck them.
I don't think they're gonna do that. All right. What's the next one? What's the next match?
Let's move on.
Next match, a little better, but at the same time, someone was not performing well in the match, and that was Jade Cargill versus Naomi. 9 minutes and 20 seconds.
It was. I mean, I didn't think it was as bad as the other two before this, but it was.
I think it was bad.
It was okay.
It was.
It was okay. It was okay.
It was.
I felt like it was.
It was sloppy. It was kind of a.
And I don't think Naomi Bobby. I'm sorry. I got Jade Cargill has to take the L for this one. She was not well in this match. Not all, but because she did. There were some spots that I thought she looked good, but the rest was not good at well.
It was sloppy. I mean, it was. It was sloppy. It was slow. It's kind of boring. I can't even lie.
And by the way, I didn't like Jade Cargill's entrance. By the way, the whole guy doing the whole forecasting. It was so
the forecast.
That was so stupid.
Well, come on, guys! The storm is a storm. It's coming. Get it?
Yeah, I know what they were doing, but I didn't like it. I thought that didn't work. But
oh, you mean racist? What?
But their entrance was good though. Besides that, no.
Yeah.
What about Naomi? Wow.
Yeah, but she did good. Yeah, it was good too. You know, I like how it was. About I just want to say the stage was great. I thought the stage I had for WrestleMania 41 was great.
Oh yeah, stage was fantastic. Stage was
I did enjoy
fantastic.
it. I did enjoy the stage, especially when you had the crowds. You know, that was not only on top, but also on from both sides. I'm like, oh shit, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't know they were on the side until like Omega told me. Like they're on top. Like I mean, like they were on top.
On top
That was pretty cool.
and from both sides.
But
You
yeah,
know,
I
that
was
was
gonna say, yeah, this match was mid. This match could have been on
And
SmackDown, to be honest.
and based on and you know and based on the match here, I think they made the wrong call. I think Naomi should have won. That way you could continue the match at Backlash, and then maybe you could have Jake Cargill win there.
Now, obviously, at the time, like when we were reacting, I was happy because it's my girl Jade, and I was thinking about it, it's like I wouldn't have had like Naomi get like a sneaky win, like maybe like she put her foot on the ropes and the ref don't see it, and then like she runs away. I think that would have been better. But I mean, they'll probably still maybe have a match, but I don't know. We just gotta wait till like SmackDown to see. But
yeah, man, we'll see on SmackDown. Which I will be watching SmackDown to see how they deliver that SmackDown show after how they deliver Raw at the Mania.
All was a little better than Raw.
Hopefully.
I mean,
but I'm not gonna get my hopes high. I'm not gonna get.
Yeah, I thought Raw tonight was pretty good.
No. There you go. Anyways,
wasn't that like the Raw at the Manias, But
well, yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. It was better than on the Raw at the Mania that whatever Vince was trying to give us when he took over. When we took back control. Yeah.
It was Raw at the Mania 39. That's what it was.
Yeah.
With 39, yeah, that was terrible. Yeah, 39 was Raw after 39 was garbage.
But at least I'll say this: I thought this year's Raw at the Mania was a little better than last year's, and that's just saying much.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was a lot more memorable moments. At least for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Plus, the crowd was really great. Yeah.
All right, but anyways,
but the next one, it was for the WWE United States Championship with Jacob Fatu versus the United States Champion L.A. Knight. Yeah.
This
came out in the card.
40 seconds, and I thought this was a little better. This was the better match than the other matches that we saw.
Yeah, this is a really good match.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
So for me, I was happy that Jacob Fatu won the U.S. title. I was happy.
Oh yeah, I wasn't expecting that to. I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting your involvement where he's going to not win. And
that's what I was thinking too.
Was still being as a champion, but they decided to have these two at 1-on-1, and I thought they killed it. First off, Jacob Fatu's mask that he wore, the Samoan werewolf with the dreads. That was pretty cool. And LA Knight, his entrance, I was like, why wasn't he driving?
Yeah, as I was wondering, I was like, why isn't he driving?
Maybe he took a lift, and
because I remember he was driving last year's Slim Jim, race car, like it was, Lamborghini, whatever. So and this year, he decided to get a lift instead.
Maybe he didn't feel like driving, so.
But but either way, amazing match, and how cool was there. Just congratulate Jacob Fatu. And I'm like, I was not expecting Jacob.
Come on, Robert. The members of the bloodline have to support each other.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I was expecting how cool come out there as well. It was good to see him.
He was at the Hall of Fame.
I wonder when he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. By the way, he hasn't been in the Hall of Fame yet for WWE.
Oh yeah.
He hasn't. That's right.
Well, I was saying that he was at the Hall of Fame ceremony.
Right, but he was though.
A couple days ago.
But yeah, and now, so we'll see what happens to Jacob Fatu. This is his first title, in WWE. So, I mean, if you want to count the tag team titles, whatever, but I'm talking about singles.
Well, yeah, singles.
I'm talking as singles, this is his first.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right.
Originally, we were supposed to get El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio Jr., but they said Rey Mysterio Jr. was injured. I didn't know he was injured.
Yeah,
Apparently he got injured on SmackDown. Apparently,
was he part of that
Yeah.
Battle Royal?
I don't remember.
I don't remember how he got injured though. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember if he was in the match, but I remember they showed I watched highlights of it. Ray Phoenix was being eliminated from the Battle Royal by Grande Americano, and then I guess that's when they started to make the match. On that night since Mysterio got hurt, whatever. I don't know what the injury is, but
I think it was like an ankle injury or something. So
because I know Ray Phoenix eliminated Chad Gable, and then he obviously came back later on as Al Grande Americano. So
okay, I didn't see that part. Okay, all right,
yeah,
all right, sure. But that being said,
Al Grande Americano versus Ray Phoenix.
10 minutes and 55 seconds. Now again, it wasn't supposed to be a match for Ray Phoenix, but he got added to the card, so at least as a plus and a win for him. Even though he didn't win, because he has to go on WrestleMania at the end of the day. So good for him.
Yeah, he got buried.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
Well, I mean, some people in the group chat were saying that. In the group chat we're a part of, Robert.
Yeah,
I saw.
Which I was like,
he was supposed to be in the match. It was supposed to be him.
I was gonna say. I mean, I think it was one of those audible things where I was like, I wanted to say he got buried.
He was protected.
A burial would have been if he got it was like a squash match and he lost and
and he got protected like Robert said because like he El Americano, I
mean, yeah, it sucks he lost, but at the same time, not every wrestler's gonna win. So,
it's nothing to get upset about this one. AJ Styles I was upset with that.
AJ
Styles was upset with that.
He was gonna lose eventually. So I mean, you can't really complain about him losing. So.
And plus, they're pushing Check Gable with this stupid gimmick that he's doing.
Yeah.
But I mean, and because I remember I saw a video of like Penta getting emotional, like he was in the crowd, like not in the crowd, but like he was watching. And like he was getting emotional because his brother was at WrestleMania, so he got to have a WrestleMania moment.
Which by the way, I guess they finally acknowledged they were brothers. Finally on TV at WrestleMania.
Well,
yeah. I guess I did.
I don't know if you knew that, but they finally acknowledged they were brothers. So I'm like, okay, I'm glad they finally acknowledged that. I guess.
And also, they did the entry for Americano, with the special effects they did.
Yeah, the mariachi band.
And I was know with the special effects. I get it what they're doing there, but
you were annoyed at the entrance.
I was not the band, with all that, but I was annoyed with the special effects they did, because the old school.
Okay.
Yeah.
But and then
I didn't.
By the way,
I seen the
By the way, did you notice that El Grande Americano Ray Phoenix were wearing the same ring gear colors? Like
I was just about to bring that up. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like,
I don't know.
I was gonna say they're wearing the same colors, like they were a tag team. Like, what the hell?
The same colors and the same color of tassels. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Did one know they was gonna?
Bro, that was just as bad as when Sammy Guevara and
Brian Cage
on the same ring gear, pretty much.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, maybe it was a coincidence. I don't know. Maybe they just had the same idea for ring attire.
Did no one tell them what to you should wear something a little different?
I guess it's probably too late for that. So
if I was a casual come into the show, I think it's wait. These guys are attacking and they're wrestling each other.
Is this a Ray Eddie situation?
Could they wearing matching outfits? Yeah, minus the mask, but still.
Yeah.
And we should bring this up by the way. Just a little minor note here. WWE and Triple A.
Yeah.
I did not see this coming. I had no idea this happened until I tuned into the show. But yeah, they're in WWE bought Triple A.
Yeah. I was surprised that, I think they mentioned in the main show, like, when the whole Ray Phoenix and El Grande Americano started, and like, showing them, with the Latin wrestlers. Oh, I just remember freaking Vikingo was there.
Yeah, he was.
Because and I remember Omega's reaction.
He was there, and I was just like, "Oh God, here we go with this." Now
I remember Omega.
Oh, they're gonna push him. You know that.
I was ahead of him. I was ahead of him, and I was like, "Uh-oh!" I was like, "Omega, your boy is here."
Omega's not like this.
Yeah, it's like,
I was like,
and he was like,
"Oh." I was gonna say, "Yay, another piece of garbage being on TV." Yay!
But yeah, I mean, the match itself, it was a good match. I mean,
it was all right. Again, at least the person got his moment, WrestleMania, and he'll be having plenty more of these moments.
Oh yeah, and no, he's not buried. Like, he wasn't even supposed to be there because Ray got hurt.
He wasn't supposed to be there. He wasn't supposed to be in the match. It was supposed to be Mysterio Jr.
And obviously, El Grande Americano was going to win anyways. Even if
he was going to win either way. So yeah, Ray Phoenix will be fine. He'll be fine.
But again, if you haven't been watching WWE and you didn't know what the build was when it comes to WrestleMania, which I'll blame you again. But if you didn't know that it was going to be supposed to be Mysterio Jr. versus El Grande Americano, and you saw Ray Phoenix there, you thought okay, he's first WrestleMania, he really lost and all that. Like, he was supposed to be there.
He was supposed to be there. Yeah,
he was the substitute. I mean, they could put on Dragon Lee. That way, you could still solve this whole thing, and still protect it or Ray Phoenix. But the thing is, no really cares about Dragon Lee. It was such a shame. I don't blame him. It's dumb.
Yeah, it's your fault, Robert.
Wow. Yeah, that's what I forgive him for. He did to Hiromu Takahashi.
Yeah, he saw your video and he's like, you know what? Yeah, we're not going to push him up. All right.
Anyways, here we go. For the WWE Women's Championship, the champion, Tiffany Stratton, versus Charlotte Flair, 19 minutes and 5 seconds. I'm
not gonna lie, I don't remember much of this match.
It was okay. It was okay.
The match itself, I enjoyed it for what it was, but Charlotte was sloppy.
Well, I mean,
and then not only that, they were stiffing each other too. A couple points in the match. Yeah,
they were. They were, which I didn't. I enjoyed actually. I enjoyed all the stuff that they were doing there.
I mean, it brought some realism,
I mean, they had to, because people are thinking to themselves, they ready to hate each other. And I don't think they really hate each other and all that. So I know those some things that was said and all that and everything. But I don't think they really hate each other.
No. Well, even if there was problems in the if even behind the scenes between those two, I mean, I could definitely see Triple H being more of a man than Tony Khan and saying, "Okay, you guys need to talk to each other right now," like pretty much.
Yeah.
Not just be like, "Oh, what do you want me to do?" And then when they fight, we're like, "Oh, I fear for my life." Like,
what do you want me to do?
Yeah,
no.
Exactly.
But obviously, the right person won,
which I'm glad. Charlotte Flair did the right thing.
Yeah, because you already know, man. You already know how I would have felt, but yeah. But yeah, Tiffany won. Oh, by the way, her entrance, the Barbie entrance, I thought was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. Which, by the way, I didn't call this out because Pat McAfee is a fucking idiot.
What? What did he say?
I couldn't tell apart. Like, really? Well, you can't see from there. You can tell apart. Which one is the real Tiffany Stratton?
No, I couldn't tell either.
By the way, did you hear him constantly say "war" when the War Raiders came out? By the way,
yeah, but no one cares. I'm sorry, Pat McAfee, but no one commentator is gonna fucking hear you.
Yeah, I hear you. Obviously, you are.
Unless somebody's right behind the announce table, I mean, they will hear you. But other than that, no.
Yeah. Other than those people, yeah.
Well, unless he got up to the table and did the war, then that'd be different. But
I mean, that'll be something. He was, that way, because people love to, love Pat McAfee for whatever fucking reason.
Oh,
I digress.
It's crazy, man. This new hate, man, is hilarious. But yeah, let's get to the next one.
Well,
actually, the next one is the main event of night one,
and then finally we get to the main event.
Yes!
The triple threat main event attraction.
So
fucking Rollins.
Oh, well, Robert, you get some more of him soon. But anyways.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll get to him soon. Yeah.
Versus CM Punk with Paul Heyman versus the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. 32 minutes and 55 seconds.
By the way,
this is fantastic.
And by the way, CM Punk had entrance of the night.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did. I think Seth Rollins was second. I thought the flamethrower entrance he had was pretty cool. And then like
where's something black first, and then all of a sudden he came.
When I saw his jacket at first, I'm like, what the fuck is he wearing? Is he really gonna do that WrestleMania 39 entrance when he had that trash bag red jacket thing on? Well, with a black jacket.
This time black.
But the lights went off. He took it off, and then he was wearing all white, like he was a messiah.
I was in black.
Which by the way, he better not. That's gonna be terrible.
No.
No.
But
yeah, CM Punk and Seth Rollins have an eye for an eye match. Oh no.
But this was a very good main event match.
Yeah, this is what people have been waiting for. This is like the main match people were waiting for, and they definitely delivered.
This match was really good. Easily best match of the night for night one. Easily.
I think we said it was 5 stars. Like this was really great.
And we'll come close to it. We'll be Jacob Fatu LA Knight, and then there'll be Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah. There was a lot of there was a bunch of storytelling here, like I remember Rollins was trying to team up with Roman, get rid of this outsider,
I figured that would have happened anyways.
Get rid of this cancer.
Yeah, get rid of this cancer, yeah. And I mean, even Omega kind of predicted they would do the Shield Powerbomb, and they were teasing it. They were teasing they're going to do the Shield Powerbomb to CM Punk, but then Roman Reigns, he punches Seth Rollins, he powerbombs. Yeah, I don't need you. I'll do it myself. He pretty much put Thanos.
And he did. And by the way, the broadcast table they used for WrestleMania was looked nice.
Yeah, the tables look nice. Yeah, and they break.
I hope that'll be their current tables for pay-per-views, PLEs, whatever.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. And
they broke. And they broke too, by the way.
I didn't think those tables would break, but no, they did.
Well, they did.
And he put Punk and Rollins through the tables, and I remember everyone was down. I think they're doing their finishers, and everyone kicked out, and everyone was down. And then Paul Heyman, he got a steel chair, and I was like, oh, who's he going to give it to? I thought he was either going to put it in the middle or I was like, oh, what's he going to do? And he gave it to Punk. I was like, uh-oh. And then Paul was getting into the ring. It's like, wait, why's Paul getting in the ring? Why is he in the ring? And then he was behind Punk.
He wants close eye view.
Yeah, that's I guess. but then he freaking low-bowed Punk, and I was like, oh no.
Yep.
Oh no. And me and Omega, we were like, whoa. We lost our minds. And we were like, we don't trust this, because Roman was smiling. Obviously, he was happy about it. But it's I still don't trust it. I still don't trust it. Because he gave him the chair, and Roman was beating up. Yeah. Well, before that, he was beating up Punk with the chair. It was like, all this for a favor. All this for a favor. And then Paul was like, look, my tribal chief. There's Rollins right there. Plan B. You can finally fix this, my tribal chief. Because he was ready to, pull the Plan B, steel chair shot, right? What Rollins did to him, 11 years ago.
Yep.
But then, shockingly, freaking Paul Heyman, he low blows Roman Reigns. And I was like, oh my God.
That's the favor.
That was the favor. Seth Rollins is officially a Paul Heyman guy. And I was like, no. I wasn't thinking about this at the time, but when we were done with reactions, oh, I can't wait to see Robert's reactions to this. Oh boy. But yeah, man. And then he gave Paul gave, Seth the chair, and he did the plan B chair shot again.
Trash ass mania like predicted, pretty much.
Like he hit him with the chair again, and I think he hit a curb stomp on Roman.
Yeah, he hit a curb stomp on Roman, and he hit him 1, 2, 3. So there you go.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, I was just in shock. Like Seth Rollins is actually a Paul Heyman guy. This is going to be interesting right now. So yeah, this was a really good main event for night one. Like this was really great main event. So yeah, I can't wait to see more of this. I absolutely saw more in Raw, so I can't wait to see what happens next. So yeah.
Now my thoughts about this whole thing. I expect expect something was going to happen when it comes to this whole favor mania happening.
Yep.
But I was not expecting a double turn that Paul Heyman was going to do.
I wasn't expecting it either.
And for what? For Seth fucking Rollins, who helped John Cena to win the Elimination Chamber to go into our main event of WrestleMania, which we'll get to more of that later. Because I still got more ammo for Seth fucking Rollins later on. And he wins WrestleMania.
Yep. I even made a comment saying, 2015, heist of the century, 2025, betrayal of the century. He did it again to Roman. He did it again.
And he would never done it too. But Roman Reigns, pie-faced him, from on Raw last week.
Yeah. That was like the last straw for Heyman.
Stop hating on Cena, hate on Cody.
Wait, what did you say?
Oh no, Tokyo said it. I didn't say it. I was just reading what he said.
Stop hating on Cena, hate on. Wow. I didn't know Tokyo was.
I say fuck them both. That's what I say. Fuck them both.
I didn't know Tokyo was a Cena fan, but okay.
They're
I can't wait to hear Rob.
To me, they're both pieces of shit. So fuck them both.
You sound like you're making them sound like they're horrible human beings. Like the way you're saying this.
Well, when you fuck with the business and you make it look like shit, then yeah, fuck them both.
That's what. Well, okay.
Well, I want him that when we get to it. But yeah, that was so far. And that was night one. And also the host fought in the crowd too, by the way. Which was great too. But yeah. Night one wasn't great, wasn't even good. But the main event, made it something in a way when it comes to
the main event of Jacob versus LA Knight was really the only good matches.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And Charlotte and Tiffany was pretty good, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let's move on to night two then.
So night two continues on with the attendance. This also, it's the real number. The one they told us on there as well was also embellished as well. But this one was 60,343, and with the combine of both nights of 117,380. But they told us something different on the night, which
I think it was like 125 legal aid or something like that.
Something like that.
I don't remember, but anyways,
who cares? But anyways, and it was announced by Stone Cold Steve Austin, but not after Stone Cold was being reckless, and a woman fan obviously was spooked. Couldn't got hurt. Couldn't get worse too. No, even the con, and I know the con was front row, but like from the outway of it. And then he knows what happened there, and then he didn't look to the fan, and obviously she was not happy about what Austin did. It was not good.
Yeah, I looked back at it and I was like, yeah, she didn't. I don't think she got run over. I think she just got spooked.
No, it was more spooked.
I saw in the group that someone was saying that. I was like, oh well, somebody we know was saying that. I was like, did he? Because I wasn't paying attention.
The barricade clipped her. That's basically what it was.
I was gonna say, and then I looked back at it. I was like, "Oh, okay, she got hit by the barricade. She didn't actually get run over."
She didn't actually get run over. People think, she got run over. No, she didn't.
I'm gonna sue. Wow.
Which I'm pretty sure you probably saw that in the group chat too, right? So.
I haven't got a chance to see the group chat.
Well, I was just talking about when WrestleMania was going on, not afterwards, but yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, hopefully,
I saw it, I was
turns
like,
out well.
okay, yeah, she got hit by it, or maybe got hit by the barricade. I don't know. The only thing I would say, yeah, WWE might have a lawsuit on their hands. Women's gonna sue, but I don't know. We'll see. But I haven't heard anything about any lawsuit yet, so I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Yeah, anyway,
now, that being said, let's get to the opening of night 2.
Yep.
The triple threat match for the Women's World Championship. Io Sky defending her Women's World Championship against Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. 14 minutes and 25 seconds.
It was
great match.
It was a great match.
We had three banger triple threat matches this week. Yeah. Last week.
One that closed night 1 and the one that opened night 2.
Yeah, how ironic. Yeah, so
I
put lawsuit on WWE for mistreating Bailey. Wait, what?
oh God! Well,
we'll get to more of that later, by the way.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on in that whole situation, but we'll get to more of that later.
I don't know,
but yeah, I don't know either. But either way, this match was pretty damn good. For all these three women.
This was a great opener match. And I thought for a minute they were gonna give it to Bianca.
Yeah, me too.
Because she gave the KOD to Rhea, right? But then that's when Io hit moonsault, which is better than Charlotte.
Okay.
And she hit it, and she got the 1, 2, 3. It was like, oh yes, she retained.
And she pinned Bianca.
And by the way, she's the first Japanese woman to actually win at WrestleMania, apparently.
Yep, she is. So she broke the curse.
In a way, she broke the curse because last time, just brought my attention from Jaybird before. Last time Japanese wrestler won WrestleMania was WrestleMania 14, and that was Takumi Shinoku.
Yeah. So yeah, Io Sky she broke the curse, man. If you broke it, bro.
Holy I was not expecting her to win. Because I was expecting maybe Bianca Belair was gonna win, but no, they had Io win. Either way, I would be happy. Either way, it could have gone either way, but I was so happy that Io retained. I'm good. You showed them respect.
Yeah, I'm glad that I'm glad Io's not gonna be a paper champion, transitional champion. Because I was because that's what it was looking like in this build up, but thankfully that she won. So yeah, Io's still your women's world champion.
That's right.
Yes.
All right, so what's the next match?
And following that, it was the Sensei Street Fight with Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. 13 minutes and 55 seconds. Drew McIntyre's entrance. I forgot what game that was.
It was supposed to be. It's supposed to be Doom.
It was Doom. It was Doom.
Yeah, Doom. That's what it was. It was Doom. I don't remember if it was that, but yeah, it was from that. I was like, okay. I love the rope though, either way. And everybody else was wearing there.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
And then Damian Priest.
And then he got Kerry King, I think his name is.
Kerry King from Slater. I think it's from Slater, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so. And yeah, he was playing his theme song,
That's right.
Oh, rise to the rock star.
Pretty cool.
He had a pretty cool entrance, pretty cool attire, like a robe, with wings, he really was bisexual Undertaker. but yeah, cool entrances from both men. I thought this match was pretty fun. This was a fun street fight.
It was.
Yeah,
I thought.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre did the same thing he did last year with the phone, but instead he took a selfie and he actually posted it. So that was hilarious.
Dubois.
I remember like
Dubois works on that. That's rewrote.
yeah. I remember like I remember Damien. He was going for like old school, but then Drew pushed him through like 2 tables, your favorite spot. Pushed him through 2 tables outside.
I am at it.
Yeah. And then like because I remember like Damien earlier, he set up a chair in the corner, but then like he got in the ring and Drew McIntyre put him in position for a Claymore onto the chair in the corner, and that's what got him the 1, 2, 3, which we figured he was gonna win.
Yeah,
which he did. So yeah,
which good on. I'm glad Drew won because he should have won. He needed to win.
I agree.
Yeah, so Drew McIntyre, he won. He got some revenge on Damien Priest. So yeah. Yeah, really good match, really good street fight. All right, so what's the next match?
Next match was the WWE Intercontinental Championship.
Yes.
Dominic Mysterio versus the Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker versus Finn Balor versus Penta.
This was my favorite match of this night.
This was a very good match here. 10 minutes and 30 seconds.
This was really good. Bruh, Dominic was over. Like, oh my, he was over.
I couldn't believe it. He was over. He was over.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah, he was really over.
Dominic was huge.
And Finn was getting booed, which I mean makes sense. He's been kind of the heel in this, this whole build up for the Judgment Day, breaking up. So it made sense. But I wasn't expecting Dominic to get like cheered because we usually hear him get booed. But he was over. They were even singing "Dirty, Dirty Dom." Like they were, he was over. And I remember Carlito was there. I remember he was trying to help out like Finn. I remember like he had Penta, and like I think he was gonna put him through the table, but then Braun Breaker was there, and then once again, Braun Breaker speared a life out of him. This time through the announce table, which was great, really great spot. And then I remember like Braun he hit Penta with the spear, and then I think like Finn Balor hit Dominic was about to hit the frog splash on a freaking Braun Breaker, but then Finn stopped it. He landed on this his Dirty Doms, and then Finn hit the coup de grace on Braun Breaker, but then Dirty Dom hit the frog splash, and then he pinned Finn Balor for the 1, 2, 3, which I predicted, and Dominic is the new Intercontinental Champion. And the crowd went crazy. The crowd went crazy. I actually cheered. Like, I never thought I would cheer for Dominic, but I did. And I was like, yo, he actually did it. Oh, by the way, he hit the 619 on Braun Breaker too. I just remembered after, before he was going to go for Frog Splash. But yeah, like he won. And I was happy. Like the fans was going crazy. Obviously, Finn looked pissed off. He was celebrating. He ran back to the ring to celebrate. Like it was a good moment for him, man. I was happy. Congratulations for Dominic, man. I never thought I would say that. But yeah, congratulations, Dominic, man. Another Mysterio has won IC Championship at WrestleMania. So yeah, really good match. I really like this match.
More over than Jaybird.
Who? What did you say?
Dom more over than Jaybird.
Wow. I think Dom is turning babyface. I think that's what they're going for. I think in the turn babyface. Because Finn is looking like the heel in this situation.
Yeah, he is. So
yeah, so yeah. All right. What's the next match?
Then we get to Randy Orton coming out.
Oh boy.
And Randy Orton comes out, and first of all, Randy Orton's attire, it reminds me of Throwback when he first debuted. Now obviously it was shorts at the time, but yo.
Yeah, it was like a mix of his current gear and like his old gear. And I thought it was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
And And by the way, to me, this is where WrestleMania started going downhill.
So, we were all we were kind of predicting like it was either gonna be Rusev or Aleister Black or even Nick Aldis, the way like they were doing it. That's what we were thinking, right? And instead, Jordan's boy. Hold on. Let me do it.
Yeah, it was
say his name, and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. He came out, I was like, oh my dude, I wasn't in the reaction for night 2, but me and Omega pretty much had the same reaction. Oh my god, this is Jordan's nightmare match. Like,
Yep.
we both said the same thing. We weren't even the same. Like, we weren't. I wasn't even there, but oh my god, this is. And I remember Jordan was in the chat and it was like, "Are you kidding me right now?" Like, I was dying laughing, bro. Like, it was great. But yeah, Joe Hendry makes his WrestleMania debut,
the TNA World Champion.
Was over, and he was over too. He was over.
And
they were chanting his name.
Oh, I was not expecting Joe Hendry.
Me neither. I wasn't mad when Joe Hendry came out.
But I mean, the only thing I will say is, it's like, who would have ever thought the TNA World Champion would be at WrestleMania?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And other people go say, and other people go, because the match lasted only 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Obviously, Joe Hendry was not going to win because Randy Orton is set to go to face who's going to be the champion going into Backlash.
Obviously, it was John Cena. So.
And we'll get that later.
And I knew Randy wasn't going to lose because, like,
no.
So I think you saw that in the group chat too, where someone was saying, "Oh, Joe Hendry just buried the TNA champion," or WWE did pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, yeah, the match was short. I mean, it wasn't like a squash for like Joe Hendry. Like, he had some moves in.
No,
like,
he
did moves. It's just like when he did like his trademark like turn to the camera, and then he Randy RKO'd him. I thought it was hilarious. That was hilarious. That was funny. But like, obviously,
it was supposed to see Jeff Hardy. He turned it down.
Really?
Huh.
All right.
Really? That would have been interesting. But I mean, the match was short, but I was expecting a little bit more. But I mean, again, we knew Randy was winning, so and Randy Orton he picked up Joe Hendry. Like, he was like, yeah, man, like, give him some respect, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then just like a snake, like look at Randy Orton slithering, and then he gave him another RKO. And then I thought this was hilarious. Oh yeah, he's very good. But I thought this was hilarious. He actually did the freaking Joe Hendry turn, and he did the pose. Like, wow. That was pretty funny.
And Jordan popped.
Oh yeah, Jordan. Oh, Jordan loved it. Jordan loved it, bro. I thought the whole thing was kind of funny.
How could you not like Randy Orton? How could you not love him?
I like Randy. Yeah, Randy Orton's great, man. He deserves to be in Hall of Fame. Obviously, he deserves to be in Hall of Fame. But yeah, hey man, congratulations to Joe Hendry being at WrestleMania. I'm sure like he was not expecting that, because obviously the original plan was KO versus Randy, but obviously injuries. So so I'm pretty sure when he got the call to be the match, like I'm sure he was excited, like it was an honor to be at WrestleMania.
The moment Kevin Owens got hurt, it didn't matter who was going to be. They was going to lose Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens was going to lose to him too. By the way,
Oh yeah, he was going to kick his head. He was going to kick his head. So yeah,
yeah. So it didn't matter. It didn't matter who was going to face Randy Orton. Randy Orton was going to get the win because he's going to Backlash to his home state of St. Louis, Missouri.
Yep. But yeah.
All right.
What's the next one?
I thought it was fine. Now,
it was all right. Yeah.
What was let down for me was in this next match.
Is it AJ
Logan
versus
Paul
Logan?
versus
Yep.
Logan.
Oh,
Yeah, Logan Paul
here we go,
versus
here we
AJ
go.
Styles. 17
Yep.
minutes and 50 seconds of my life I cannot get back
It
because
was,
Logan Paul
it
was boring
boring.
the shit out of me.
Yeah,
Boring the shit out of me.
You know, I was actually expecting a really good match because, like, I was
wasn't.
expecting a good match.
I thought so too. Because people were saying,
Because
"Oh,
nobody's
these
wrestling.
guys are similar. They got similar styles." No, they don't.
Not really. No, it wasn't really much.
Have
I
you
can't
seen
really
that buckshot
remember
Larry he
much of
tried
what
to do?
happened. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, you didn't really hit it right.
Terrible.
I mean,
And people want to say that, oh, it's better than Hangman and Page. Are you fucking kidding me?
no, it's probably better than Punk's the way you try to attempt, but you know.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, but I mainly remember like pretty much the ending. So like I remember like one of Logan Paul's stooge came out and like he was trying to give him the brass knucks, which obviously that happens. But then Karrion Kross came out, and I had a feeling he would be part of it because what they've been teasing, with him and AJ. So I had a feeling he was going to be there, which he was. And he took out Logan's stooge, and he told AJ like, use this, AJ, take it, take out Logan Paul for good, with the brass knucks. And AJ like declined, and he threw away the brass knucks, and he punched Karrion Kross. And then AJ, he was going for the, I think, phenomenal forearm. He missed, and
The lucky
Logan
punch
hit him with the one lucky punch, thing. And then he hit his new finisher, which is actually pretty cool.
Pulverizing. Yeah. Was his last name.
Yeah. And he won, which I predicted he was going to win. I mean, I think we knew he was winning, which, I mean, obviously I didn't like, but, we knew he was winning. And, yeah. And seeing what happened tonight, yeah, we're probably going to get AJ versus Karrion at Backlash. Oh, by the way, did you see?
That should have been the Mania match.
It should have been Mania. By the way, did you see that video I sent of Karrion Kross's shoe promo? Did y'all see that yet?
Oh, yes, I've seen it, and it was great.
That was freaking awesome. I don't know, Robert, did you see it yet?
I did see it. That
was freaking amazing. Like, this was like, push this man. When I saw this, like, push him. Give him a push. And hell, even tonight in Raw, he got a good reaction when they showed him in the screen. He actually got cheered. I think he's trying to get over. Which, please give him something. Please.
If Kevin Castle was still here, he'll be proud of his good friend getting this reaction and getting this wherever push they'll give him in 2025. Because those two were very tight with each other.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, man. I really hope 2025 is the year for Karrion Kross. I hope it is, because I like him.
That's Killer Kross. Yes.
yeah, exactly. That's Killer Kross. Yeah, I remember you said that. Dude, he was going off. Mm-hmm. I've been watching that promo a lot. Like he was
obviously the guy in the suit and tie he's talking about is Triple H. Obviously. So.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Which I know Robert loved that part.
more from later.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. We'll get to him once we get to the main event. But anyways, go ahead, Robert.
Oh boy, yeah. All right, what's the next match?
Then we get to the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Mm-hmm. It was the tag team champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, the two chicks with attitude.
Yep, representing Judgment Day.
Originally, it was going to be Lyra Valkyria teaming up with Bayley, but they showed something on. They showed something about Bayley being attacked on night 1 of WrestleMania. I think they show.
Yeah, they showed it. Yeah, and then they showed Lyra had to look for another partner.
Yeah.
Which Lyra came out looking
with wings,
looking like an angel with wings. Yeah, and obviously the fans doing the woo, woo.
Yeah, and so was Pat. I don't know if you heard that. Robert. Pat McAfee.
Yeah, Pat McAfee did it too.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, I was thinking, of course it was, but I was thinking who are they gonna have? I actually didn't know who they're gonna have.
I was thinking that too.
And then once I heard, whoa, I was like, oh, I actually kind of barked out a little bit, like, oh, Becky Lynch is back. The Mind is back.
At least he didn't mark out as one fan did when she was crying in the crowd.
Oh yeah, hey, maybe she's a huge fan of Becky Lynch. I don't know, but yeah,
it's been years. It's been years, but I missed you so much. I'm gonna cry for you.
Yeah, I mean, she was saying she was gonna. I mean, we were hearing rumors that she was gonna retire, so I guess that's why.
I think she was. I didn't buy that at all.
What a mark!
I wasn't expecting to see her early, though. I was not expecting that.
But yeah, I was. It was very good seeing her. Back in in WWE.
Now Robert said, "Take time off again."
How the rules have reversed. You hate her husband now, and you actually
you know what? That's right. Yeah. The roles have reversed.
Because last year you liked your husband, but you hated her.
Wow. That's right. But yeah,
it's not on a personal level, but Becky,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I know. She won the women's title again when you felt like she didn't need to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and ironically, the last time we saw Becky, it was against Liv in the steel cage on Raw.
That's right. It was basically Becky Lynch's own your revenge tour.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So she got some revenge, and this was a pretty good tag match. I thought it was pretty good.
It was pretty good for what it was. 8 minutes and 40 seconds of it, and it did pretty well in this match.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
Becky looked like she didn't lose a step.
Yeah, and once Becky came out, I knew they're winning. They got to win, which they did.
Yeah,
and they became the women's tag team champions. Lyra became Lyra 2 belts.
Too bad it only lasted 24 hours.
Yeah. And Robert, your girl, once she lost, which by the way, that was actually a pretty good match too on Raw.
Yeah, it was. I did because they actually had more time to wrestle.
Yeah. And the fans were like really hyped for it. So yeah, the match was definitely better on Raw. But like once they lost, and once I saw Becky was hugging, it's like, oh no, she's about to do what she did to Charlotte, and yep, she did it. But then instead of slapping her, she hit her.
I was expecting somebody else to come out. Maybe Bailey, but instead it was Becky turning heel.
Yeah, so I guess we know who attacked Bailey then. We know now.
I guess so.
So yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see Becky as a heel. Again,
maybe.
And the one thing I didn't like about this was that Lyra had the look on her face, when Bailey was going after her and everything, and she continued to go after her. So all she kept, it's like she was frozen in time. Like, how could you? How could you?
Yeah, it's kind of like Johnny Gargano. Like, remember, like when Johnny got attacked and like he couldn't believe it. Like at first, like that's kind of the vibes I was getting. So yeah, that's gonna be a feud, most likely for the title.
Oh fuck him!
I'm just using it as comparison. I'm just using it. But yeah, I think that'll probably be a match at Backlash or something, maybe. So,
but yeah,
good match. It was a really good match.
But yeah, either way.
What's next?
Now the thing about this was, even though I was great, it was great to see her, but I still felt, oh great, she's gonna win the belt, and then like, I was half annoyed, but half happy for La Valkyria.
Did you call her Becky Hogan because of that? Oh
no. No. But that's not what bothered me. What bothered me was this next match, was the main event.
Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Wait, okay, so first let me talk about the entrance.
No, I don't give a shit. Fuck his entrance.
Come on, let me say
it was just black and John Cena written white.
This pissy ass fucking entrance go fuck itself.
What the fuck?
Yeah, there was no colorful graphics, no video package, no special entrance, nothing. Just black background and white lettering.
No one cares.
But it was John Cena versus the WWE champion Clay Rose. 21 minutes and 40 seconds of my life I can't get back because holy fucking shit.
One of the worst made events.
Yeah.
What the fuck was this match?
Actually, you know what? I actually said it. I think I said it last night, but you know what? I'm actually gonna say it again. The worst WrestleMania main event of all time.
This is one of the, not one of them, but the worst main events I've ever seen in WrestleMania history.
God, how do you make WrestleMania 34 look great? This is how bad this was. How do you make that fucking train wreck of a match that Brock and Roman had look great? How is that even possible? Like, just how?
I don't know how I'll go that. I don't know how I'll go that far.
I do good. I know I'm going that far. I don't give a shit. Yeah.
By the way, Cody Rhodes' entrance, I thought it was cool. And the helmet that he had.
I thought it was stupid. There you go.
Oh, come on.
Fuck this piece of shit and his ego. Fuck him.
Oh, come on.
Oh my god! But
God,
yeah, this match.
This match actually made me hate this motherfucker even more now. Thank you.
Really?
A lot there, Cody.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to watch because he's a piece of shit.
Well, you know what? I kind of don't blame you because all right. So let me say something.
No. I'm gonna explain why.
All right, explain.
Want to explain that? Because out of all things, why would you agree to have fucking Travis Scott go out there and fucking square you up 1-on-1? And I'm just like, this shit's fucking ridiculous. This looks.
He made it a lot worse. Hey,
here's the thing, Cody. His politicking power that he has to say, oh hell no, I'm not doing this shit. We're just gonna have a 1-on-1 match. No, instead this piece of shit decided to go, oh okay, I'll do it. Fuck you too. Fuck you.
So basically saying he's a yes man.
Fuck you, Cody. Fuck you.
I would rather did the end game booking or your Infinity War booking.
And then by the way, John Cena was shit in this match. He was fucking looking like garbage, like always.
John Cena. It's like I said before. It doesn't matter. John Cena,
I knew how they try to cover it. Want to know how they do? You know, I know how they try to cover it. To try to have him dominate the whole match. They had him dominate the whole match. That's pretty much what they did. Just to try to hide the fact that he was gassed and he's not the same Cena like he was back in 2007.
Yeah, Michael Cole would basically say, he's working a soul diabolical pace, whatever, or something like that. It's the only reason he's working like that because he can't do the things he used to do anymore because he'll get gassed.
Yeah, that's
why he did that. You see, that's why he did that because they're like, okay, we're gonna have him dominate the whole match, and you know what it was? It was garbage. It wasn't entertaining. It didn't build onto any story. It was just garbage.
And to me, like I said before, it doesn't matter if Cena turns heel. He's still is going to work the same match that he always worked because he's never been good in the ring. Despite of his character and the charisma of whatever type of charisma people think he has.
I think he has.
And star power he has. Doesn't matter. He's still one of the worst wrestlers I've ever seen. Even in this point of his career being washed. He makes Shinsuke look like Shinsuke could still do strong style type of moves in Japan.
I mean, that's not even comparable, Robert.
or Hiroshi Tanahashi in a way, or Tetsuya Naito.
And by the way, did you see that shitty ass fucking way Cena took the Cody Cutter at one point in the match when he fucking took an ass bump with the Cody Cutter? Did you see that shit?
Yes, he did.
Wait,
he did.
I don't know how he did it, but he did.
Yeah, you lying.
Cody did the Cody Cutter, and you know what he fucking did? He fucking sat down and took an ass bump. I'm like, yo, fuck you, piece of garbage.
No, I gotta check. I gotta look back at it.
Even Cody Rhodes.
He did. I'm not even lying to you. He did.
I gotta look it up. No way.
Why would I lie about that shit? He literally.
There is no way you can take a butt bump from a Cody Cutter. You're taking it like
I'm not even joking. He fucking did it. Just look it up. Go to the damn match, see it.
And also, to be fair, even Cody Rhodes took some ass bumps. He took about maybe 3 or 4 of them.
Go
he did. Yeah.
Peacock. Literally go on Peacock. Look it up. I'm
gonna look it up
in the match.
I'm gonna look it. I mean, I'm not saying you can take a butt bump. I'm saying like during a Cody Cutter.
This is great. Omega loses mind now.
He did it. He did it. He did a fucking ass bump during the Cody Cutter. I'm like, what?
I gotta look it up now because like
terrible.
I gotta look it up because I remember seeing him like taking the Cody Cutters, and I thought they were like,
bro, I saw that part. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Why is he taking ass pump in a Cody cutter?
How was it possible?
How do you even take an ass pump?
That's what I'm thinking. Like when he said that, I was like, wait, what? How was that pop? No, you gotta be joking.
I'm not even joking. He literally did. Even Robert, you saw that shit, didn't you? He literally took a fucking ass bump with during a Cody cutter. Like how? Like how?
I can't even say lay on your back because you can't take a bump like that on your back.
You your stomach. I'm gonna check later. Like I'm gonna check later. And if it this happens, like you know what, Omega, you're right. You're right. He did do that. I gotta check.
God.
But yeah, like
this man was
too. I don't know why.
This man was a shit. Oh yeah, I want to hear that one. I want to hear that part. Why was it?
Cody kicked out of 5 AAs. Like, get the fuck out of here. Really?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say earlier.
Okay.
And by the way, he kicked out a super AA from the top rope too, as well.
He did.
That's what I wanted to say.
Then Cody proceeds to do like 15 freaking Cody cutters and then does like 3 freaking crossroads. I'm like, this is shit. It's a fucking video game match. This is literally a 2K match. He literally had infinite finishers, infinite signatures, and infinite stamina. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, let me say something. Let me say something. Okay, so because you mentioned the 4 or 5 AAs and the multiple Cody cutters and the crossroads. Like, is it just me or did I get vibes of Roman versus John at No Mercy? Like, I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Like, that's kind of remind me of Roman Reigns versus John Cena at No Mercy 2017. Because even John did the Super AA to Roman Reigns and he still kicked out. And yeah, Cody was kicking out 5 AAs. Like, okay, what is this right now? What are we doing? What are we doing right now?
This made Rock and Cena from WrestleMania 29 a 5-star main event.
I was like, bro, because okay.
So Cena, this is how you want to go to your final WrestleMania. You made it, and you made it shit. Good job there, buddy. Good job.
This was Cena's last WrestleMania, and I was not expecting a great match with Cena because he can't anymore. But
I was at least expecting something a little decent, not any 5 stars, but at least maybe a 3 at most. This was a -3, -5. Yo, I was like, what is going on? That's what I was thinking. What is going on right now? And then obviously Travis Scott came out and he was taking his sweet time.
I probably dozed off twice during this match.
He was taking his sweet time. Looked like a fucking Make-A-Wish kid out there again.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, just hurry.
He was forced to listen to his that song.
You know what this is like?
What?
Picture this picture this. This happened at Dynasty, right? If when Moxie was wrestling, who was it? Cope, I think it was, or no, Swerve.
Swerve.
My bad, Swerve. That's like if they were fighting, and then you have Marco Stunt come out and try to square up Swerve, like, yeah, I'm here to fight you, man. I'm here to help out Moxie. You're like, get the fuck out of here, really?
Oh God,
this is how bad that was. This is like if Marco Stunt tried to fight Swerve. Like, get the fuck out of here.
And here's the thing: I knew Travis Scott was going to be involved, but
yeah,
I knew he was, so that didn't surprise me. And I knew he was going to take a crossroads, which that was only the good part of the match. But I was like, the whole time.
So much for Cody saying he's going to get his an actual receipt. So much for that.
Yeah,
but the whole time
a wrestling move was a receipt. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
good,
the whole
Cody.
time,
I'm glad to know. At least we know Brandy has a pair of balls in the mirrors there, Cody.
Oh,
shit, pussy. Fuck you.
No, God.
Who the hell told you it was open mic night?
God, at least I could actually believe her kicking my ass over Cody at this point. Fuck him.
Oh,
damn.
Like,
but now I know we were probably all thinking this. Where's The Rock?
Yeah, where was The Rock?
He was there.
Where were you, Dwayne?
Where were you, Dwayne? You see, Dwayne, you caused this shit, and you know what else? You weren't even there to finish it. You weren't even there to finish your own.
No.
Story.
What the fuck was this?
And that's what I was thinking. Like when the match was over, when the match ended, which we'll talk about the ending, but like when the match ended, I was like, what was the point of The Rock then? Like he didn't even show up. Like they didn't even like do a fake out of like The Rock like coming out like, you know, oh, The Rock's gonna come out, like nothing. Like there was no sign of The Rock at all. Like we only saw him like in the Elimination Chamber, and then that was it. Like they will mention him here and there, and then that was it. Like you honestly, you could have just had the heel turn from John Cena without The Rock, and there'd be no difference.
Yeah,
The Rock didn't even
maybe could have had a heel, not have the heel turn at all, and there you go.
Even if you still would have had the heel turn, like The Rock didn't even.
It still would have sucked. I mean, it still would have sucked, but maybe it would have sucked a lot less if Cena didn't turn heel. So,
or if Cena was going to turn heel, I'm not going to try to steal much as thunder from Mrricanjay, because you could do a video, when we can, maybe this week. He's going to play in lots of details of why this heel turn never, didn't work with Cena, and it should have held it to like, till we got to this point of WrestleMania.
Honestly, you know what?
If they was going to turn him heel.
You know what? Yeah, they should have saved. They should have saved the heel turn for Raw. I mean, for WrestleMania. To be honest,
yeah,
they should have like just saved it for WrestleMania, and then like, yeah, it would have been a shocking moment. Because like, I mean, like Elimination Chamber was a cool moment, but like there was no payoff to it because The Rock never showed up. Like,
nope.
He never showed up for anything else. Like it was just Elimination Chamber. Like take out Cody. I'm whipping with the belt, and then that's it. There was no we didn't see Rock after that. And then what was the point of The Rock? What was the point of the whole? What was the point of the whole? Like I want your soul. What was the point of that?
I don't know. I really don't know.
This shit was pointless, bro. This was pointless.
And spoiler, he wasn't on Raw either.
No, of course he
on
was.
Raw. He wasn't on. He's probably not going to be on SmackDown.
No,
bro, we're probably not even going to see him for the rest of the year.
He probably won't be on NXT.
It's just literally one of those things where I'm like, dude, I'm convinced now at this point. I don't think we're going to see him for the rest of the year.
No,
I doubt it, because like, I mean, we didn't see him at WrestleMania. Well, what is he going to show up to SummerSlam? Maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I was.
You see, Dwayne, this is what happened. This is why you should stop inserting yourself into storylines. You see, This is why.
Yeah, because if you're not even gonna like finish the storyline, if you're not gonna like be involved in it, like be a huge part of it, don't even involve yourself into it. Because like you were barely there.
And
with this, you get Triple H materials of to try to cook something for WrestleMania.
By the way, thank you for reminding me, Robert. Fuck Triple H too for thinking, this was gonna cook. Get the fuck out.
It did not cook at all. It was over. I can't even say it was overcooked. It was never cooked to begin with.
It was fucking raw. It was fucking raw to begin with. That's what it was.
It's raw.
It was raw.
It was fucking rotten. This is what it was.
We're not talking about when that raw. We're talking about
no, actually, no, it wasn't even raw. It was rotten with fucking black mold on top of this shit. That's literally what this was.
Yeah, I was willing to give this a chance. You know how I am. With Cena and Cody. You know how I am. But I can't even lie to you, man. I like Cena, I like Cody, but no, this was. I don't want to see another match with them. Please, don't have them face each other again. Please, don't do it.
And by the way, I hated the finish too. By the way, I thought this.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the finish.
This was way worse than Jey Uso making Guno tap out.
Yeah. So obviously we had a referee bump, which I kind of figured. I had a feeling that was going to happen. So, and obviously Cody Rhodes took out Travis Scott with the crossroads, right? And John Cena, he has the WWE Championship, right? He has it in his hand, and he's going to hit him with it. And then Cody caught him. He caught him, and then they're having like a tug of war with it, like with Brock and Roman.
That reminded me of that too.
Yeah, but Cody actually has the belt, and I'm thinking, okay,
you're
gonna hit him with it, right?
Yeah,
you're gonna at least.
You're just me. I could do it.
Wait, hold on. I'm thinking to myself, okay, hit him.
Yes, hit him. Yeah,
right. And obviously, Cena's being a heel, like begging, like, no, please don't do it, please, no, I'm sorry, right? Doing the heel thing, right?
To me, that was cringe to me. Like, oh god, Cena's acting like, I couldn't take that seriously.
You know what this was? This is like the whole Bailey shit all over again with the Kendall. Like,
that's exactly what I was. That's what I was going with.
And by the way, Cena's he did his street as STF. Look shit as usual.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, and like Cody, he put the championship down. Like he's like, I can't do it. Like he pulled a Bailey for freaking Extreme Rules. Like, what are you doing? I literally screamed at, what are you doing? I almost turned it off. I swear to God, I almost turned it off. Like, and then obviously, John Cena, he low blowed him, right? Yeah. He low blowed him, and then he hit him with the title, and then he gets the referee, like, yo, referee, come back. 1, 2, 3. I was like, what was that?
Yeah.
What the hell was that? Because I was thinking,
the finish sucked.
Because here's the thing, I thought, like, at least, like, Cody's going to kick out this, right? He's going to kick out, there's no way that's going to finish the match, right?
Well, you could at least put him in your shit. You could at least put him in the shit STF, act like, he got knocked out, and then the referee, called for the bell. That would have been a better reference than this.
Yeah, and, like, bro, I was like, what? I was like, what just happened? What was this? I was actually mad. This is the first, like, this is one of the few John Cena matches and Cody Rhodes matches where I actually legit got mad. And I was like, and these are my boys. These are both of my boys. And I'm like,
boys.
Yeah, my boys.
Oh, you need to get some new boys then. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna say all that. But,
well, Bob Breaker's one though.
Well, Braun Breaker's one of my boys. So
well, Braun Breaker. I don't ever. Well, if Braun Breaker ever did stupid shit like this, that's it. He's buried for life. He's buried.
Yeah. But I was just like, so like, what just happened? How could they pull a Bailey from Extreme Rules to my boy Cody Rhodes? How could he do that?
Oh, you can blame him. He was the one who agreed to it. So fuck him.
I cannot believe it.
Trust me, Jalen. Cody does not give a fuck about you. He doesn't give a fuck about his fans. He's a piece of shit that only cares about his money. He's a piece of shit that only wants to get himself over. Okay. That's why he left AEW, because he couldn't get. He didn't get over. He said, get over.
Oh my god.
Then he comes to WWE, gets his stuff over. Then he wants to stay over. Then he doesn't get over because the fans were booing him.
In Las Vegas, they were booing him.
And then this fucking guy got lazy, and that's what happened. That's exactly
what happened. By the way, Cena was I could tell Cena was visibly upset with the crowds, booing Cody.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Well, you shouldn't have turned heel there.
Yeah. Cause I get it. Cause Cena, people want you're supposed to hate Cena. Cause that's old school thing when it comes to wrestling. But but nowadays these fans don't care about that. The days of cheering with brave faces, like Cody Rhodes, are over.
Well, I wouldn't say it's over, but like I was surprised that Las Vegas was booing like Cody and like in SmackDown and WrestleMania, like, and they were cheering John Cena. Like there were some boos there, but they were like cheering him, chanting his name. I didn't expect that, but like I don't know what to say. Like
this main event was garbage. This was terrible.
And also, again, Cena it's also been a problem with Cena besides his in-ring work. But holy shit, man, the calling the spots, which it was visibly on TV, calling this spot and that spot, like holy shit, like
they get for exposing the business even more, John. Thank you.
I wasn't even paying attention.
He was moving his mouth open. He was opening his mouth like, yo, dude, can you do a better job, covering your calling spots?
But yeah,
I know that Jericho and Triple H were known to call spots too, but at least they try to hide it. At least those two try to hide it back in the day.
The greatest of all time.
Freaking Cena doesn't even hide it at all. He doesn't even hide it.
Even Bret Hart has told him, you gotta
lower your voice.
This main event was worse than Colt versus Moxley. Yeah, how's that even possible? How's that even worse than that?
I agree.
How do you make
I agree.
Colt and Moxley? How is that even possible? How is that possible?
Man,
bro, how do you try to one up each other at this point? Oh, we could make the worst ending to a show ever. Jesus Christ.
Oh man, like when I saw this main event, I was like, I don't want to say I turned on Cena because That's never gonna happen.
Bro, how is this? How was this match worse than the Texas Chainsaw Massacre match? How is that even possible?
Oh my! Oh no!
Oh Jesus!
I don't want to talk about this. I honestly don't want to talk about this ever again. I really don't.
But
bro, this. Hold on. Go ahead.
Now that Cena is 17 times, because he broke the record. Not really. But in WWE's point of view,
not really.
That they only recognize 16 titles. So that's Ric Flair won. In pro wrestling, that is not WWE, because he won the belt twice. But also Cena will be going to Backlash. And it's gonna be Cena and Orton.
Yeah. And I want to say something about that, because I remember I saw a comment tonight. I saw a comment that said, "Imagine if he pulls a No Way Out 2008 and slapped the referee, John Cena."
I could see that happening too.
I can actually see that. I can see him doing that. Getting payback. That'd be a pretty good ending. That'd be better than this.
It should be Lil H, Charles Robinson.
You know what? Hey, it should be Lil H. Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, like I was about to say, this match was so bad that I had to go back and watch other John Cena matches to make me feel good about John Cena. That's how that's how bad I was. I gotta watch some old John Cena matches to make me feel better. I can't have this in my memory of this. So
2007, you could try at least find some. A lot.
2007. Yeah, I was looking 2007, 2008. Basically, it's ruthless aggression era, stuff.
Yeah, this made me even hate these two fuckers even more now. So thank you.
Oh man,
I knew
it was gonna be bad, but I didn't expect it to be this bad. I thought they at least try to save it, with some booking of it. But when Travis Scott came out there and he was the only one out there, I'm like, yeah, this was a fail.
It's so you tell me, Cena
and like you said,
it's so you tell me Cena needs fucking Travis Scott to win a match.
Yeah, really? That's what baffled me too. Yeah. John Cena needs Travis Scott.
Bro, that's like Undertaker needing Hornswoggle to have him win a match. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, I get Cena's a heel and all, but really, Travis Scott. I would rather you have someone from the current roster, help out Cena and maybe join a new faction or something.
Karrion Kross could have been out there.
Karrion Kross, Seth Rollins, somebody, hell, even Paul Heyman, anyone. If you weren't gonna have The Rock, call the audible,
bro.
And have someone else.
You know what's bad? You want to know something that's bad? How does Logan Paul look more believable than fucking Travis Scott? How's that even?
Yeah.
I mean, at least Logan Paul's actually an athlete. He can do some stuff.
I would even take a Nikki Bell coming out there to save John Cena.
I would have taken anything,
bro. And then Brandy Rose could come out there, and have it with Nikki Bella. Yeah,
something. Hell, you know what? I wouldn't even say this. I wouldn't even be mad if freaking Charlotte came out here and helped out John Cena. I would have taken that. I would have taken Charlotte.
And it was better than what Triple Big Nose was cooking us here in this main event.
And again, Triple H is blamed for this too, but I also blame The Rock. It's where were you?
Even The Rock gets blamed too.
I think all parties involved are to blame.
Yeah, they all blame.
Let's not bullshit ourselves. Let's not stop being a fanboy for 1 minute. Let's not bullshit ourselves. All right. These two guys have the political power backstage to easily change the match or easily change some stuff that happened in the match.
Yeah,
I'm talking about both Cena and Cody.
Yeah,
and he didn't do it. So fuck them too.
They want to
because if I was one of them, I heard something about Travis Scott's gonna help you win. I would be like, oh no, we're changing. That.
No,
fuck that.
Yeah, I'll be like, can we call an audible? Can we have I would
have Seth Rollins. There you go. Seth Rollins just turned heel recently. Let's have him help me. At least I would.
You know what? And you know what? What happened on Raw tonight? I would have Cena, Seth, Paul Heyman, and Braun Breaker. I would have that be a power faction. The new top faction.
Which by the way, I'm sorry. To me, that doesn't make any sense. Why Braun Breaker turned heel all of a sudden again? That just makes no sense to me.
Why? I think it works well. For Braun Breaker.
I like the pairing of Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker. I love that pairing, but
Seth Rollins is
Well, I mean,
I'm not upset with that because I can see something with this with Seth Rollins involvement as well.
Well,
yeah,
Paul Heyman.
I think he has potential.
Yeah, despite this is all his fucking fault because Seth, fuck you, Rollins, you still have seen a win and haven't made it WrestleMania and now he's our champion. I hate you.
I hate you. I'll never forgive you for this.
And
But
why
yeah,
and Becky Lynch turning heel, we might as well have her join too, and form a new dangerous alliance.
I was gonna say,
form a new dangerous alliance.
I was gonna say, why doesn't Becky just join Seth? I think that'd be great too.
Yeah,
maybe
I think so.
it will.
It'll be great too. You wanna know why? We always had Paul Heyman guys, but we never had a Paul Heyman girl. So why not?
Yeah,
that's right.
That's right. This could be the new dangerous alliance from WWE.
Yeah.
You know what? Hey, that could be, yeah. But yeah, I'm done talking about this main event. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I never want to talk about this ever again.
Yeah. Again, that was good until the main event.
Yeah, like I said, like night one.
The only good thing, Cena, because I was sick of Cody boring ass title reign. I don't care. Cena title reign sucks. At least it's off Cody.
I mean, at least like with Cena, like with the heel promos, and especially since he's going to face Randy, it could be interesting. So, but yeah, can we just talk about NXT Stand Deliver now?
Yeah, so what's that?
Oh yeah, we want to get the trash out of the way. Out of the way first because it's the main event.
Yeah. Honestly, thank you, Omega, for letting us doing this first. Because yeah.
Before we do,
garbage.
We got Jordan Williams here.
Hey Jordan, you just missed it. Well, I was talking about the greatest main event, WrestleMania main event of all time. Man, it was so amazing.
Oh damn, I missed it.
It was so revolutionary. It was so cinematic. Nah, I'm just kidding. Fuck this piece of shit match. This shit was the most garbage fucking piece of shit main event of all time. Fuck this match. Worst WrestleMania main event of all time. This made WrestleMania 34 look great. This fucking made WrestleMania 29 look great. This is how bad this was. Oh my god.
By the way, Jordan, how did you feel about
and by the way, Jordan, just
this guy?
And before we get to that, when it comes to the main event, I just want to clarify: fuck Triple H, fuck Cody Rhodes, fuck John Cena, and fuck The Rock, and fuck Travis Scott, because they're all to blame for the reason why we got Night 2's main event. So fuck them all.
I agree.
Jordan, how'd you feel about your favorite wrestler, making his WrestleMania debut? How'd you feel about that, man?
Because you say his name and he appears.
Yep.
Say his name.
Wait, he was at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I was watching WrestleMania, but in the middle of the show, I kind of got a little tired. So I.
Oh my god! Okay.
Oh god.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw him. I saw him looking like a damn dork coming out there. Coming out there to fight the pregnant Ninja Turtle.
Bro, why you talking about Randy like that? Like, what do you mean? Like, why you always saying that about Randy? A pregnant Ninja Turtle.
Thank God the match was only 5 minutes. There was one thing that made me laugh though when Jordan Hendry did his gay ass pose and then Randy killed him. That
was hilarious. That was hilarious.
That made me laugh a little bit.
Oh,
see, I knew you were a fan of Randy Orton. I knew it. It made you laugh.
Yeah, sure. Still sucks, but
I'm not gonna lie though. When I first saw that happen, the first thing I literally thought, if you could go back to my live reaction, I don't know if you heard it, Jordan. The first thing I thought when he came out was like, well, this is gonna be Jordan's nightmare match. It's literally the first thing I said.
I said that too. I literally said
the first thing I said when I saw Joe Hendry come out.
I heard that. I heard that, and it was very true.
No. You want to know? You know what will really be Jordan's nightmare match? Randy Orton versus Joe Hendry versus Willie Useless versus Daniel Garcia versus Orange Cassidy versus John Silver. There you go. A six-pack challenge.
We'll have Jack Perry as special referee.
Oh
yeah, that would be the worst elimination chamber match of all time.
Bro, you know what would be sad? Randy Orton would be the only manly man in that match.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I can't believe I'm saying this, but he would be the only star in that match.
Yeah, he would be. He would be.
I mean, yeah, he would be.
The other guys literally look like middle schoolers. That's why.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't do that to Joe Hendry, but you know.
Yeah, he looks like a reject.
Well, actually, you're right. Well, I'll say this. Yeah, you're right. Joe Hendry does have a lot more muscle than the other guys we just named. So
he does have he has a fucking dad bod, looking like a reject in the real world.
Well, let me word this better for you, Jordan. He weighs more than those guys. There you go. Is that better?
He's fat. Oh boy.
We know.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he weighs a lot more than the other guys we just named.
He weighs a lot more than Randy too.
Wow. All right, but let's talk about Stand Deliver.
Yes, let's talk about Stand Deliver. That actually delivered more than WrestleMania 41 did.
I was gonna say that was actually better than WrestleMania. Yeah, exactly.
It stood and delivered.
And NXT show was better than WrestleMania. Well, I mean, it's happened in the past.
Well, I mean, it's happened before, so it's not too surprising. It's surprising it's Triple H, but you know.
But this took place back in April 19th, 2020.
And by the way, Shawn Michaels was the one running NXT now. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Even though he was tired after the Hall of Fame.
I guess you could say Shawn was actually cooking. I mean, I know that's the overused term, but I guess he was cooking.
I mean,
NXT. Yeah. I guess I could say that. So.
Yeah, I think that's bad luck. I think it's bad luck to say it now because what do we say that now and then next year the freaking Stand Deliver is really all that great.
And I feel bad for Shawn Michaels because I don't think he was up all night at the Hall of Fame, you know, from 1 a.m. all the way to what 4 something a.m. Fucking went fucking long, and then he had to get up about 3 hours later.
Yeah, and he said he had to get up like 5 in the morning for NXT to put together the show. I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
So he basically got like no sleep, basically.
He basically got no sleep. He had an all-nighter for NXT.
Hey, yeah. I mean, hey, Shawn Michaels, man, he's a soldier, man. Like, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the first match.
And also, feel bad for him too, because he had got him appear on WrestleMania Night 1 just to try him out there to read the fake attendance numbers.
Yeah.
Like leave him alone. Let him get some sleep, man. Yeah, kept him up all night at the Hall of Fame, and then you had to get up like about maybe 3 to 4 hours later to build NXT, and give him some rest. My God, man.
Leave Shawn alone.
Well. By the way, Jordan, did you hear how late the Hall of Fame went to? I don't know if you heard about it, but did you see how late the Hall of Fame went to? It was ridiculous.
They lied to me, by the way. I thought they said 12 a.m.
What time was it?
For me it was 12 a.m. For Robert,
yeah, for you it was 12 a.m. But for me it was 1 a.m. I'm like, wait a minute, I thought it was 12 a.m. And then I realized, oh my God, it's the red carpet. It was the fucking red carpet.
It was red carpet.
And by the way, the Hall of Fame did not end on my end until like 3 a.m., 3 in the morning.
Holy shit, man.
And by the way, I was fucking tired. I was like, man, I'm going to fucking bed. Fuck this.
I was tired too.
Once this is done, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, that's why I didn't stay. Because I never was sleep again.
It was long as fuck. Shit was long.
But anyways, your commentators were Dick Joseph, Corey Graves,
Dick Joseph. Go ahead.
Well, Dick Joseph for once didn't really annoy me all that much. I mean, there was a couple of stupid shit he said, but I mean, he didn't really annoy me too much for once.
I'm right there too.
I don't remember.
I'll bring him up to that. I thought he sounded good. I'll get to that later.
I just want to put that out there where it's like, okay, he didn't annoy me that much for once, but there's still a couple times where he did say some stupid shit. I was like, really, my guy, really?
Yeah.
Like you had a good streak going, but you had to fuck it all up with that.
You're doing good, and then you ruined it, like always. Well,
but
did they have 4 a.m. in the morning? Yeah, exactly. That was ridiculous. That was
for me, yeah, it was around that time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But the pre-show they had a match.
Yeah.
And that's one I was going to see. The Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Elimination match to determine the normal contenders for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship on NXT. So they're gonna waste any time. Has match already based up for NXT later on tonight. So,
Mm-hmm.
and by the way, ends up being Liv and Raquel once again being champions after have on Raw. So
Yeah.
that means it's gonna be heels versus the faces, which we'll get to who's it being. So first we had the Miller Girls, Last Legend and Jakara Jackson. We had Fatal Influence being covered by Jasmine Nakes. So I guess she's back on TV now after the controversy with her and her boyfriend, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was Fallon Henley and Jesse Jane, Cora J and Roxanne Perez. That's and Gigi Dolan and Ken Paxley being covered by Shotzi.
Yep.
And the match itself was decent. And surprisingly, the male girls were eliminated first. I'm like, oh, okay.
They get buried, oh boy.
Like wow. I can't believe they were. I can't believe, I thought they was going to save it for last. And maybe they probably could have won.
Yeah, they got buried. Their races on a.
But then it gets worse from here, because Cora J was legal in the match, and Roxanne Perez, she decided to leave Cora J, which I'm pretty sure that made Tokyo happy.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Cora J gets pinned, and she and Roxanne Perez gets eliminated, and like, what the fuck? You wasted Roxanne Perez to be on a show that that doesn't mean shit anyways. Not to say the match means shit, didn't mean shit, because it did mean something when it comes to being fight for something. She not only she doesn't appear on Stand Deliver, but she doesn't also doesn't be on WrestleMania, because they decided to go a different route, because Triple H wanted to cook something else, so they thought it would be better instead of doing Roxanne Perez and Bailey.
Which, by the way, Roxanne actually did come to the show.
But she did come to the show on Raw, which I'll get more of that later on. But I did enjoy it, by the way. Yeah, some people some
I
people
enjoy it.
Yeah, some people
That's
was probably respecting her maybe get involved with live record or whatever, something like that. Yeah, because her association with Bailey was not that. Nope. It was something a little different, because I'll get more of that later though. But either way, but in the end, it was Gigi Dolan and Tam Paxley versus Fatal Influence in the match, and like, all right, so what they gonna give it here? If they get the Fatal Influence, it's gonna be a lose-lose situation, because they never win anything. Even when they do win something, they're still losers.
You're a loser. Wow.
And then we get Gigi Dolan and Tam Paxley going to win. So okay, so they won. So now they're no contenders. And then as we, based on that one, that means it was going to be Liv and Raquel, but not knowing what they was going to do, after what happened there, because originally I think they was going to have, Raquel and Liv retain on WrestleMania, and then Bailey was going to turn on live record, but instead I think they decided to do something a little different, and decided to take off Bailey off of WrestleMania, because Triple H came up with something that could have done something a lot better, and it's been in his booking wise, which Bailey Becky Lynch, yes, I do agree that was that worked out very well as I thought it would.
Yeah, because honestly, I don't want to see Bailey turn heel yet, because I mean she just became a face like last year, so I just don't want to see her as a heel right now.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. People, people were saying that. And I like, but they just turned her baby face. Like, why would you turn around all of a sudden a year later just her to be a heel?
Yeah, so I'm glad he made that call. So yeah, Becky being the heel and possibly Bailey being a baby face facing each other. I think that's a better idea. So yeah.
And on top of it, Becky Lynch being a baby face, heel, I meant to say. Hopefully that means that's the end of the man persona.
Maybe she'll bring back Big Time Bex.
Big Time Bex, maybe, or something better.
Maybe something new.
maybe something new. We'll see.
Yeah. Thank you, Becky. You better for thank you, Trish. Thank you, Becky. All right.
All right. So yeah, it will be the two chicks with attitude, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Gigi Dolan and Taylor Paxley for the Women's Tag Team Championships on NXT.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. And they were and Taylor and Dolan will lose. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. There'll be a match for the NXT North American Championship. Ricky Saints defends it against All Eagle, Ethan Page, 12 minutes and 43 seconds.
Tony fumbled. Oh boy.
And we did get some Tony fumble chance in this, in this match.
Yeah, we did.
Not just for,
but this is a really good opening.
Not just because they fumbled with Ethan Page, but most likely fumbled with Ricky Saints.
Yeah, they fumbled hard with Ricky Saints because like he could have been an AEW World Champion, but they
and Ethan Page could have been something. And Ethan Page could have been something in that company too.
Yeah, but they gave him nothing. Like, I mean, I did like the Men of the Year, but like they didn't really do much with it. Like, it could have been something cool.
Never that. They couldn't win the tag belts. No, in fact, they were never even got a shot at the tag belts.
No, which is a shame because I actually thought the team was a cool idea, but they didn't do anything with it. But yeah, I mean, obviously NXT, for both of them has been working out well for them.
It has. But yeah, it was a very I thought it was a very good match. I think Ricky Saints at one point he did a dive and then he ends up laying on the table. That's what I was thinking about someone else because someone else also did it too. But I think Ricky Saints also was a victim of that too.
Yeah, I think Ricky Saints did do that. Yeah, I think he hit the table.
But it was the same. It was the same either way, man. Yeah. Okay, I remember. I do remember now.
Yeah.
And in the end, it was Ricky Saints getting the win with a Rochambeau.
Yep, he is still your North American champion. By the way, this was the only singles match of the night.
Yeah,
which is why
the rest was most human. and one.
Yeah, this is why I called it. This is why I called it Stand Deliver 2000 because that's how WrestleMania 2000 was.
That's right. Mine's your tag match we have, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
But yeah. Then we get to the NXT Tag Team Championships. It was Hank and Tank facing Fraxium, the Tag Team Champions. 13 minutes and 56 seconds. Match itself, I thought was good.
This was actually really good. Like even me and Omega was kind of surprised with this because this is the best Hank has looked.
Yeah, he did look. He did.
He looked very well. Good. Yeah, like we were actually giving him some credit.
And he also fell victim to doing a dive onto a broadcast table, and I didn't think he was gonna land it because how big he is. I didn't think he had it in him, but he did, and like holy shit, like that was impressive.
Yeah, like hey, Hank has been improving. Hey, I'll give him credit. He has been improving,
but
well, I mean, obviously my physique, but in terms of like wrestling, like he's looking pretty good. And they were getting over, and they did their finishing move, and they actually got the 1, 2, 3. And I was actually shocked about this. I didn't think they were going to win. I thought it was going to be good.
And I kind of figured they were going to win. Even though I haven't been watching much of NXT, but I've been noticing that Shawn Michaels love these guys so much, and Michaels haven't been doing some things when it comes to segments and whatever, and they're and fans rate and the fans rate haven't has really gotten into these two. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, so what I think at the time, like what's the end game with these two? And then
I guess this was it. This is it. But hey, congratulations to Hank and Tank. Now I remember like Fraxium, they were in the ring, and Hank and Tank was going to give him a handshake, and Axiom like kicked his knee. I was like, oh, he's going to turn heel.
I thought he was going to turn heel there, and then I saw Nathan Fraser like looking like, and then Axiom went to hug, and okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, wait a minute, It looked like he wasn't agreeable to that turn, but then no, yeah, it was basically like how Neville did with Sami Zayn.
Yeah, yeah. So really good match. Really good showing for Hank Walker. Congratulations to Hank and Tank being the new tag team champions. This was good.
Yeah,
This was surprisingly good. I wasn't expecting to be as good, but it was.
yeah, it
This
was.
is a
It
really good
actually was.
match. Really good team.
Right.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
congratulations
wait,
to Hank and Tank, new tag team champions.
better than Newsday and War Raiders.
It's your boys, the New Day.
And it happened on that same day too.
Yeah, the same day. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Next one.
All right, so then we get to this ladder match for the vacant NXT Women's North American Championship. You have Soruka, Queen
Yay!
Koopa, Zarya,
Yay!
the Hill,
Yay!
Lola Vice.
Yeah!
You have Miss One of a Kind, Kalani Jordan,
Yay!
and Izzy Dane.
Yay!
14 minutes and 40 seconds it lasted. Match was also very good as
It was
well.
pretty, yeah, it was pretty good.
Minus one thing I did not agree with. You have Izzy Dame's factions out there.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
like really this to me this was out of place. Like for what? Just for because you had other participants in the match. Why couldn't they be bodies? We had no problem doing that before.
Well, I mean, she's the heel, so of course her faction will be there.
That was so lame. And I thought that was gonna be it for them, but they still they kind of still there for selling it whatever. But I like this was not needed. I didn't get the point. I didn't get the point of this at all. You had the other women stuff in this match that could have been in their shoes.
I remember me and Omega's like it should have been me. It should have been us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But there was some cool spots in the match though. There was some cool spots in the match. Even Izzy Dame, who I felt she was out of place, but she looked pretty well in the match.
Yeah, she really looked good. And so Ruka, man, like I remember when she was doing a bunch of like soul snatchers, which by the way, cool move.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember she did like a double like soul snatcher, and I think she's done it before, but like I thought it was really cool that she did.
Yeah, mine is low advice to really fit into it at the end.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of low advice, she was doing multiple like hip attacks, which I'm sure that was great.
And she was doing a lot of ass kicking, because for someone who's MMA, she was anyone was going after her, she basically took care of them.
Yeah, she was doing the kicks that Naomi used to do,
And I remember someone had the ladder to do the airplane spin, like how Terry Funk always done it.
I think it was the Hell, probably. I could be wrong on that, but I think it was the Hell who probably did that, the airplane spin.
No, I think it was someone who was I don't remember it was Izzy Dame who did it.
Or was it Kalani Jordan? I'm trying to remember.
But I remember I remember two women. I remember two women went in there and they stupidly ran into it. But Lola Vice was trying to fight off of it, but then eventually she ends up going down too. But then I can't remember one of them stopped them for doing it. From doing it. The way that was done, it was done very well. But I just can't remember. But anyways, but I remember that spot. But now we get to the finish. So Soruka and Zarya.
Yeah, they're on the same ladder.
Yep.
And I remember like Soruka, she like springboard. Because I remember I forgot who was climbing, but basically I remember like Soruka like springboard to the ladder, and then she was climbing. And I remember she was on the ladder and like she was kind of like
I think it was Kalani. It was Kalani or Thea, one of those two.
Yeah, it was one of them. And I remember like I think she was like trapped or something, or she was like upside down, and like she like picked herself back up on the ladder, and I thought it was like, pretty cool, like how she did it.
Yeah, it was.
and obviously I remember like Kazaria was there. She was I think they were both in the same ladder. And I remember they were fighting because like, because obviously they're a tag team, like they're friends. So like they were like fighting on the ladder. So they're fighting each other, and I think like Sol Ruka like gave her a kick. And then that's Zarya went down. And then that's when Sol Ruka grabbed the title and she won. She won the match. She's the new women's North American champion. And I was happy about it. I mean, any of these women could have won, and I would have been happy with it. So, but it was cool that Sol Ruka won because now technically she's sold 2 belts because she got the women's speed championship.
Yeah, I didn't think she was gonna win because she's already a speed champion. I didn't really think that she was gonna win the women's North American championship. I thought it was gonna be Thea Hale. But
yeah, I thought
either way,
but
yeah, but either way, Soroka, yeah, I wasn't upset. Yeah, I thought she deserved it.
Yeah. This
In
is
fact,
honestly
any of these women's, again, minus Izzy Dane, because again, I didn't think she was outplaced in this match. She did very well, but to me, if everyone who's my least person that's gonna win, it was Izzy Dane. Because again, I really don't get that big of a deal of her. Even when she was with Cameron James at the time. I didn't get that much of a bigger deal of her, other than she's a big woman. But she did. She again. She wasn't outplaced, and I thought she did pretty well in this match. So
yeah, and I remember I saw Zarya's face like, oh, that's gonna create some tension. That's gonna create some tension. So they'll most likely have a match for the women's North American title. But yeah, this is a really good ladder match. Really good ladder match.
Yeah, it was. All right. Then we get to a match that I didn't really care much of it, but there was a story that was told leading up to it. 6-man tag team match. Dark State versus the D'Angelo family. 13 minutes and 13 seconds. Now the Dark State guys, they were all wearing their ring gears, and I'm like, wait a minute, what are they trying to do here? Like a free ball rule type of thing? Like what like only one of them's going to be wrestling. Only one of them's going to be in the sideline, in the sidelines,
Yeah.
Like I didn't get why they all had to wear wrestling gear.
I guess he want to fit in.
But either way, in the match itself, again, I didn't really care much about the match. To me, I barely pay attention to what they did there.
I thought the match was pretty okay. But yeah, it was mainly the storytelling that was really focused on because like with what was going on, with Tony D'Angelo and Stax.
Yep.
Because obviously they were having some issues. Because I remember like Stax I think tagged himself in. And obviously like Tony D'Angelo didn't like that. You can tell from his reaction he didn't like that. And if you look when he came back to the apron, he was just looking like kind of dead, like he wants to
he can handle it. He can handle the pressure.
Yeah, and obviously Dark State, they were kind of like they were in control of the match, like with Stax. But then he did get a tag, and Tony D'Angelo got the big comeback, and I remember one of the guys from Dark State, Color Jones, I think is his name. He was getting involved, and then what's her name, Lizzie,
Adriana Rizzo.
Yeah, Rizzo. Yeah, she she did a crossbody, which should have been me. And I remember I think Stax was the one that got the crowbars.
Yep.
And like he wanted Tony to hit him with it, and it was like no, he didn't want to do it.
That's not the call. That's not the play.
That's not the call. That's not the plan. Yeah, that's not the plan. And I remember because he still had the crowbar in his hand, Stax, and it looked like he was going to hit him with it, but it was like he put it down. But then he low blowed him. He low blowed Tony Nese. I was like,
I didn't see that coming when that happened.
I didn't see that coming. I was really shocked because, like, I thought he was gonna hit him with it, but then he put it down. It's like, okay, they're still teasing it, but no, he immediately kicked him. He low blowed him, and then he left. He left the ring, and obviously, the rest of the family saw that, and they were like really shocked about it. And then that's when Darcy did the finishing move, the power bomb that they do, the double triple power bomb, well, not exactly like that, but
yeah.
And obviously they won the match, which obviously was right call. You want them to look strong. You want them, get some wins. So, which did happen. But yeah, so yeah, Stacks is no longer part of the family. Well, at least he doesn't want anything to do with Tony. So I'm interested to see what happens there because I remember earlier Stacks and the lawyer, they were talking.
Luca.
Like Luca, yeah. He was leaving, Stacks was leaving, and like he said, we're gonna talk, we're gonna talk about it. And yeah, he left. So
I'm interested where they go from there.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens because I don't know. Maybe Stacks will end him like 2 times, and he'll be sleeping with fishes. I don't know. So I'm saying you better be careful. But yeah. So we shall see.
And that's that match. So
yeah.
All right. Then we get to the co-main event. It's the fatal 4-way match for the NXT Women's Championship. Stephanie Vieira defending it against Julia versus Jada Parker.
Miss Parker.
Versus Jordan Grace. 60 minutes and 29 seconds it lasted. Very good match. All women in this match did a very great job.
Oh, I already knew this was going to be like, a great match. Like if it was for the main event, this would have been match of the night. But this was still really great, really great fatal 4-way for all 4 women. I remember freaking Jada Parker. She did like a 3-woman her hip attack that she does. Yeah, she stacked them up, and obviously, Booker T's favorite spot, with Omega's girl, Stephanie Vieira. He's like like she was doing it to all 3 women. He's like, oh yes. Yeah, he even did a long one too, like yeah, like he was dragging it down.
On the same day that Charlotte Flair did that later on, which that didn't go well or over well.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I actually saw. I remember like we saw Queen Charmel. She was actually there, and she was behind Booker T. And I was like, "Hey, you better calm down with the woman, Booker T. You better calm down." Obviously, you didn't, but but yeah, really good match, and obviously, Julia, now that she healed, she was really healing it up. But obviously, Stephanie Vieira, got the win. I think she pinned Jada Parker, and she got the win, and she's still, your NXT Women's Champion, which I figured she will retain, and she's still the NXT Women's Champion, and in a really great match, the Fatal 4 match.
Yeah, there you go.
Really good match.
Yeah, I figured that Stephanie Vieira was not going to lose; she was going to retain, and there you go. Yeah. And it's good. And obviously they're gonna be doing the up between Stephanie Vieira versus Julia.
Yep. And obviously she was most likely still be champion for Worlds Collide, which is gonna be NXT versus AAA. Which that's
they will be doing that. On June 7th, I think it is.
Yes, June 7th. It's gonna happen the same day as Money in the Bank, so it's gonna be like WrestleMania.
Yeah. It's gonna be real early, probably really early on that day.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like maybe like probably 1 or like 2, maybe. So, maybe. But yeah, I'm glad Worlds Collide is back. I thought it would be with TNA, but hey, AAA, this should be interesting.
They probably still get it, but I guess we'll see it.
Yeah, we'll probably still get it, but
we'll probably see
I wasn't expecting
when that will happen. But
I was not.
yeah, I don't expect that either.
Yeah. Well, we'll probably see Vikingo in that show. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. You definitely will see Vikingo.
So Omega, if you're watching, just get ready for that. You know he's gonna be there, so just get ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And finally, the triple threat match
of the day,
which is the main event of the day. NXT Championship. Obafemi, defending against Javon Evans versus
your boy is bouncing
versus Rick Williams.
Chick Willie.
16 minutes, yes, 60 minutes and 58 seconds. And this match was also very good as well. Javon Evans, really showcased what he was capable of in this match. These guys that that basically someone like Javon Evans was out of their elements, and he showcased what he can do with these guys, and he delivered pretty well too in this match.
Yeah, like bro, this was really a great match. I knew this was gonna be a banger match, and it was. I think even at the time this was like match of the night, because like, dude, I remember freaking obviously he hit the double springboard cutter like he did like in NXT.
Yep.
I remember like freaking I think Trick Williams hit the trick shot on one of them. And obviously that didn't get the win.
It was on Javon Evans.
Yeah. And I remember
Oba took out Trick Williams.
Yeah, and I remember like I think Oba like he hit the power bomb. He hit the power bomb on either Javon or Trick, and he pretty much hit it on one of them while they were laying down in the ring. And then he hit another power bomb, a sit out power bomb, and then he got the 1, 2, 3, still your NXT champion. And I was like,
pinning Javon Evans, which I thought they would do that, which is why he was in the match in the first place.
Yeah, and yeah, man, like I said, this was match of the night. This is really good match.
But that doesn't mean it was a bad thing, because again, Javon Evans, he showcased pretty well. He didn't look like he was outplaced in this match,
No,
he never was, obviously, but he's got a lot of promising career in WWE for someone who's 20 years old in the business, and he's doing very well.
Yeah, and he still has a lot of time. He still has a lot of time in NXT. He's definitely going to be a champion. He's definitely going to be a North American champion. Definitely a future NXT champion. It's going to happen. So he still has time. And this was definitely another good showing for him. I mean, he always has a lot of good showings because he's a really good wrestler. But I think this is one of his best matches, in my opinion. So
that's right.
Really another banging match. Like, I mean, Oba, Trick, and Javon Evans, they don't disappoint, man. They don't disappoint, and this is another proof of it. This is a really good main event. So
and that was Stand Deliver. It stood and delivered a lot more than WrestleMania 41 did.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yep.
And here's the thing. When I say that, here's the thing.
You saw Stand Deliver?
I did not. I have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, go watch it. It's really good, man.
Yeah, I thought it was a good. I thought it was a good show. It was a good show.
But you were saying, Robert?
I was gonna say, just gotta say that about WrestleMania 41, I didn't think WrestleMania 41 was bad overall. It's just that, obviously the main event of night 2 was not great, for many reasons why. And night one just felt like some of it was mid at best.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think 41 was like the worst ever WrestleMania. I'm not gonna say that.
No.
I'll say this, like in terms of like WrestleMania in Las Vegas, I'll say it's a lot better than WrestleMania 9. So I guess you could say it has a little bit of redemption there. But it was just, I say this WrestleMania, like WrestleMania 41 was pretty mid. That's how I said it. It was pretty mid.
It was pretty mid.
There were some good things, there were some bad things, there were some mid things,
ugly things.
and we know what that ugly is.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously it doesn't compare to last year. No, not at all. It doesn't.
Nope. It
Doesn't compare to. Because that's when Triple H was cooking. That's what he was cooking right there. He was cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Here, he felt like he.
Nah, it doesn't mean he was doing it by himself. It doesn't mean he was doing it by himself.
Yeah.
But
obviously, yeah, he wasn't. Obviously, he didn't do it by himself. But you know, he had the main ingredients, basically. I guess you'd say.
Yeah. Now, that being said, I know we've been going backwards, folks, but deal with it. The WWE Hall of Fame.
Yes, WWE Hall of Fame.
I thought the time and placement of the WWE Hall of Fame of 2025, because of those 3-hour SmackDown they decided to have. Bad choice, bad idea.
Yeah, honestly, they should have had it just on a Thursday, like Mega said. It should have been on Thursday.
Hell, you could have it on a Wednesday for all I care.
Or Wednesday, either way.
If they want to be that paid with AEW, so. But
who's gonna watch Dynamite when you got the Hall of Fame? Wow.
Me?
Yes.
Well, you're sicko then. Wow.
Sickos.
Nah, I just got tickets. That's all.
I got tickets. Yeah.
I got tickets. Okay, Solo. But you were saying?
But yeah, I'm all I'm saying, because next year they're probably gonna do it again next year, but this time SmackDown will not be 3 hours this time next year, because SmackDown, three hours is more temporary for SmackDown, but that just make it still a good idea to do that in the first place. I understand why, because it's USA Network thing. It was like it's like the whole thing happened with Raw to us as well, but
yeah,
man, 3 hours is fucking cool.
Yeah. Is that really? You would think it would help some more wrestlers, but not really.
Yeah, you would think that too, especially but for WrestleMania, the gauntlet match for the women's, the tag team gauntlet match, I should say, and about one out of the other matches that that start from the beginning were about 2 to 3 minutes, and they said the one match will last and it being 15 minutes long, and I'm like, but you have 3 hours of this shit, and you tell me you could book a better tag team. But then again, they're on a real women's tag team, unless that's you see Kenny Carter and Katana Chance, but they don't even give them the time of day to shine either.
Yeah, they don't. Maybe.
But your fault. But anyways, but yeah, all I'm saying is WWE, they're gonna do this again next year, but again, it's gonna be this time it's gonna be like around 12 a.m. this time. Again, it needs to be on a different date. Thursday, Wednesday, I don't care.
Hell, do it Friday before SmackDown. Or
here's an idea. An idea I can move it. How about you cancel SmackDown? Because let's face it, SmackDown during that week of WrestleMania, no one really cares. Unless you care about watching the worthless Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Yeah, I did. It was great.
Which by the way, Carmelo Hayes won that one, but is it gonna mean shit for him? No.
Yeah. How do you know? Wow.
I mean, it worked out for Jey Uso. If the only guy who owned that benefit, later on.
Yeah, not just Jey Uso. I mean, look at Baron Corbin. He ended Kurt Angle's career. Oh
no! Don't fucking remind me.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it sure as hell didn't help Cesaro. It could have elevated him.
It could have. When he was a Paul Heyman guy, it could have, but didn't do much.
Nope.
Much at all. All right, but you were saying,
but anyways, but as far as how did do all this Hall of Fame for being that late, never again. Don't do that ever again. Especially, you had some of them in the Hall of Fame somewhere that were sleeping too. Booker T, Jay Uso, Bailey. Maybe those when we go. Unless someone just took a still shot of that, when he was had his eyes closed for that one time, because I guess he was his eyes was burning a tear because because his boy Triple H in the Hall of Fame, because he mentioned him. But nevertheless, as far as the Hall of Fame inductees, let me first get the legacy wing out of the way first, because they did the right thing with this one. Now, even though when there were families there, they could have said their piece too, but I'm glad they give them the time and day to show video packages, and and showcase them and talk about them. The talking heads that is without being interviewed about these guys. For example, Kamala, who was rumored at the time to be in the Hall of Fame, but we didn't know how they was going to do it until we found out he was good for the legacy wing. But Kamala, who's if you talk about his WWE career, best known for his work with Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, and then the Undertaker. Even when he became a babyface, after his run against the Undertaker, and yeah, a very unique icon, because of how he carried himself as the Ugandan Giant. He's been up promotions too as well. So I'm glad they gave him the time of day, and they show. I think they show his wife and kids there as well. That were there, attended. And yeah, and that's another too. When it came to Legacy Wing, this time they contacted the family. So that's been a big issue before, for Bruce Brody being in the Hall of Fame, and the family didn't know anything about it until they found out about it. And same thing with other families as well. Yo, but I digress. Dory Funk Senior, he had his family there as well. So not unfortunately Terry Funk ain't there no more. Rest in peace. But I'm pretty sure he looking down, and also with his dad up there, saying that he's proud of him to be in the Hall of Fame as well. So now we got the entire Funk family in the Hall of Fame. That were in that ended up being in wrestling. So and wow, Dory Funk Jr. still around to this day, and still living, man. And he was there to for his dad, getting his just being presented, and family there as well, the Funks. So but best known as being the owner and promoter, for Western States sports, and again, well deserved for him to be in the Hall of Fame as well. Now all we're waiting for is Bob Orton Sr. to be in the Hall of Fame as well, which I'm pretty sure it'll happen sometime. And finally, the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff, who's most likely being famous of ending Bruno Sammartino's 2,803-day reign of being, at the time, WWF World Heavyweight Champion, one of the longest reign in the title's history, next to Roman Reigns. So, yeah, Ivan Koloff, he should have been in there a long time ago, by the way. Don't know why he was never put in the Hall of Fame when he was still around at the time, until 2017. He was unfortunately passed away. Still to this day, that during around that time, like why was he never in the Hall of Fame? It's like, 'cause to me, there was never a bad thing to say about this guy during that time. I heard nothing but nothing but positive things about Ivan Koloff, behind the scenes. So I never understood why he never got the opportunity to be in the Hall of Fame. When they first created the Hall of Fame, and then when they brought it back, so like it's mind-boggling that he never got that recognition. When he was around, even when he was gone. Even when he was gone, they didn't even try to put him in the legacy wing during that time. But at least they gave him the time they for this legacy wing, and his family was there too. So
you're talking about the legacy wing. Oh.
Yeah. So basically, the point I'm trying to make here with the legacy wing they here, because I was against them doing the legacy wing again. But if they're gonna do it, do it the proper way this time. and they did. I thought they did a great job with this.
Yeah, I thought they did it, a better way.
Yeah.
If that's how they're going to do the legacy win, then I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Because the way they do it before, it was late. It was nothing but laziness.
Yeah.
And this time, it wasn't just. It's just business.
Yeah.
All right. Then we get to the immortal moment when it comes to the Hall of Fame, and that was the match in being inducted into the Hall of Fame, and that one match is the no disqualification submission match with Ken Shamrock as the special guest referee. Surprisingly, he wasn't there. For someone who lives somewhere in Las Vegas now, if I remember. But yeah, CM Punk there to induct two of his all-time favorites. When it comes to WrestleMania 13, Bret the Hitman Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin, and they had a statue. I mean, not a statue. It's not real. It was like some type of trophy in a way. I mean, whatever you want to call it. Either way, it was basically like it's basically the two heads of Stone Cold and Bret Hart. To get
trophy of Stone Cold and Bret.
And I thought it was pretty cool. I like, holy shit, that's actually pretty nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it makes me wonder,
yeah,
it makes me wonder, for next year's Hall of Fame, like I said, if they would have had the Dudleys versus Edge and Christian versus the Hardys, I wonder how that trophy would look.
I wonder how that would look. I wonder how that would look.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll find out. If they decide to do that as well. It'll be a lot of time to do. It'll be a lot of hard time to do that type of trophy.
Yeah, I would definitely have them induct all their TLC matches from SummerSlam and the 2 WrestleManias, because all 3 of them are iconic. So.
Mm-hmm. And it makes me wonder, because they call this the immortal moment. If Hogan wasn't in hot water and got this, so much heat on him over these years, not just because of his playing politics, burying guys, and being a piece of shit, but also being a racist and a liar who embellished lies, to put himself over, whatever, in a way. Yeah, there's a lot of things I hate about this piece of shit, Hulk Hogan. And people can't stand
it. I never lied, brother. I never lied, brother. I was really gonna be in Metallica, brother. That's not a lie. I was really gonna be part of the band.
Yes. and they suggest, and they came to you first, to make this Hulk grill. Which, by the way, that story was not true. They never consider contacting Hulk Hogan at all.
They're lying, brother. Wow.
In fact, those two other people that I think they will try to have before they had George Foreman in. And again, Hogan was never brought up. Hulk grill. Anyways, but it makes me wonder, was this meant to be Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant? If it wasn't going to be Bret Hart versus Stone Cold, but because of all this heat with Hogan, it's like, you know what? Let's not do that.
Yeah, I can imagine, like you said, if Hogan didn't get all this heat, if he wasn't getting booed like he is nowadays. Yeah, I think that first immortal moment trophy, that definitely would have been for Hogan. For obviously Hogan versus Andre. That definitely.
Andre's daughter is around, so she could have been there as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
I
mean, this is definitely a good match to start, because that is an iconic match.
It was the only great match on that show, to be honest with you.
Because we absolutely reacted to WrestleMania 13, and that was honestly the only good match in that show.
And that was really the match that made Stone Cold. And I'll say this again, just to remind people: the King of the Ring did not make Stone Cold. The Austin 316 catchphrase didn't make Stone Cold, because if that was the case, then he wouldn't have been wrestling Yokozuna on the pre-show of SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a good moment. Like it was the beginning for things to come, but that it didn't come until the next year.
Yeah,
at WrestleMania.
So if anything, credit goes to Bret Hart, because he wanted to work with Austin, because he thinks Austin, could be something in his company.
Which he wasn't wrong,
and he wasn't wrong. Vince McMahon thought otherwise, but because he gave Bret Hart credit control.
Yeah,
and he did.
Hey, shout out to Bret, because he was, that was definitely good for business.
Yeah,
and
because originally Vince wanted to go for Triple H. Hunter Townsley.
Yeah, I remember he wanted him to win the King of the Ring, but then the whole curtain call happened, and he couldn't punish Razor Ramon or Diesel because they were leaving, and Shawn was their top guy, so they had to punish champion. Yeah, he was champion too, so they had to punish Triple H. He had to take the fall. So yeah. Which, by the way, I remember that was a promo, in 1999 when Triple H was talking about it. But yeah, really good match. Memorable moment for Hall of Fame.
All right. The Natural Disasters, one-time WWF Tag Team Champions. Obviously, we're talking about the late John Tenta, Earthquake.
Avalanche.
He has his daughter, his two sons. I mean, his son and his grandson, I should say, and his wife. And
actually had Tugboat as well.
And they had Tugboat, Shockmaster.
Shockmaster as well.
As Typhoon, Bret Ottman, and he had a son with him as well.
Yeah, it was really cool moment to see. They definitely deserve the Hall of Fame.
Now, obviously, no one inducted them, which I found it pretty odd.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, no one did induct them.
Yeah, I always thought they have Jimmy Hart induct them, because Jimmy Hart did manage them.
Yeah, that's right.
But not even Cody Rhodes. I thought at least they had Cody Rhodes induct them as well, because Bret Ottman is his uncle.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is pretty odd that that no one inducted them. So they just presented them, so there you go. But either way, now to me, whenever the mission goes in, hopefully by next year they'll do it. But we'll see how that turns out, because they signed a legends deal this year. Maybe hopefully if they're still with us, they'll be inducted next year. So Lex Luger. Some may say he's the narcissist, or the total package. To me, the total package, because the narcissist gimmick was not good. I don't know what Vince was thinking with that gimmick, but it didn't gel well at all.
It was basically his gimmick in real life at the time.
I guess so.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Lex Luger, you will be the narcissist.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come on, that was a fantastic gimmick.
Yeah, it went over so well as the blue blood gimmick of Hunter Townsley.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, he became Intercontinental champion, so it did something.
Now here's the thing: even though I hate the narcissist gimmick, but he was a better worker in ring, and I find him more appealing in the ring than Hunter Townsley during that time.
Wow.
And still to this day, let's go. It's a better legend than Triple H's.
Wow.
But nevertheless, Daniel's Page was there to induct him, because we couldn't have Sting do it because there's no communication there with AW to just to try to do something with that the whole thing. But then again,
yeah, because he's still silent, right?
Yeah, because Lex Luger want he want his best friend Sting to do it. But unfortunately that couldn't happen. I mean, I'm pretty sure WWE would have had to would have wanted to happen.
Sting should have asked him, "What have you what have you done for me?" or some shit like that. What Kevin
What's in it for me?
Said, when he was asked why he didn't show up to Sting's last match. What's in it for me?
Oh
yeah. Kevin trash.
This is why I hate you, Kevin Nash.
A lot, and Barry Nash was there, by the way, at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Wow.
So was this part.
So what was it for Kevin Nash to be at the Hall of Fame?
Well, I mean, it's WWE, I got Legends contract, so yeah, that's
what. Because Triple H said, inducting Kevin Nash into the Hall of Fame. I had to ask her, what's in it for me?
Wow.
Oh man.
I hope you don't tear a quad.
Now, what there is to say about Lex Luger's career, then they try with him in WF, and they botched it. Let's just call it as it. They botched his push because they thought by doing buying time till we get to WrestleMania 10 was going to be the payoff, and unfortunately it wasn't. They dropped the ball. They should have done. They should have done that at SummerSlam where it meant a lot more. Even though he won, but he didn't win the belt because it was a count-out victory, and they still celebrate like he won. He won something. He won for America against the evil foreigner from Japan.
Even though he won by count-out,
that was so ridiculous, man. Yeah. But anyways, but he still got over. He was still over with the crowds though, even though he was not in the main event spot because they fucked it up. But he was part of the Allied Power with the British Bulldog, and that even with that one, they could have at least been a tag team champion. I thought that tag team it was good.
Yeah, the Allied powers. Yeah, it could have been a cool tag team. They could have been tag team champions at the time. It would have been a perfect tag team champions.
That would have been great too, and all, but they didn't do it either. They couldn't pull the plug of that one either. Like, what the hell?
It's like, well, you're not Hogan, so I give up. Just go to WCW.
But he has to have a better career in WCW. I mean, he had a better career in WCW before, but him going back there was it missed on a lot more.
Yeah, especially when he made his debut, really his return. Debuting in WCW Nitro. In the Mall of America.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what is he doing here?
What are you doing here, Luger? You have no business being here, Luger. I'm here. Yeah, I remember he said, "I'm here to get on with the big boys."
Yeah, that's where the big boys play.
Yeah. Stone Cold said, "This is where the big boys play with themselves." Wow.
But yeah, the best part of Lex Luger, he managed to stand up on his own TV and walk a few steps to the podium, and he gave a speech and all, and yeah, so it's really sad to see Lex Luger like this, man, because here you have someone who looked great during his heydays, and somewhere along the way he had bad health, but along the way he found God and all and became a better person. And obviously, he was toxic at one point because I don't know with Elizabeth, which wasn't his fault. People will blame him for it. It wasn't his fault. should he have done something comes to saving her life? Yes. But I don't hold it against him. Um, but I'm glad he's in the Hall of Fame though, Lex Luger. So then we get to Michelle McCool. The whole Lay Cool thing was great. She was the first women's champion and Divas champion. But when it comes to being the first woman, I should say, the first woman to win the women's title and Divas title first, I should say. And she was inducted by The Undertaker. But at the same time, you had Layla, who was there, and I'm like, wait a minute, if she was going to be there, then why couldn't she induct her into the Hall of Fame? I mean, those two, like, cool. Not against Undertaker and all, but let's just, but like Rem said, Michelle McCool or Rice, she's in the Hall of Fame now because of who she's married to, and that understatement can be more true now than it is before. And the speech that she gave, I'm sorry, I was bored. Minus the Hall of Fame, being at late at that time, I was bored. Listen to this Hall of Fame speech. I'm surprised I didn't doze off doing that. Because I was on my phone, doing something and all that and everything. And but I was listening, but saying like, my God, this is going long. Like, why are you going so long for, Mr. McCool? Like, I get it, you're finally in the Hall of Fame and everything, but my God, you're going too long. I expect Triple H to go long, but which he did. But holy shit, man! I felt bored watching, listen to her speech. So, not much to say about that. Then finally, Triple H, who was inducted by Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, first of all, talk about Triple H, and then talk about some other things on that podium. Was way more entertaining than listening to Michelle McCool, give her speech. And Shawn Michaels really carried the Hall of Fame in a way, which is no surprise. When it comes to Shawn Michaels and Triple H, Shawn Michaels always carries everything. And it's not me being a Triple H hater.
Oh,
In a
yes, it
way,
is.
well, in the way it is, yeah, I'll admit that in the way it is, but but same time, Triple H even and when he came out to give his speech from the beginning, he was talking about some things that I didn't really care to listen to, so I was on my phone trying to at least stay up a little bit because it was at this point like it was like around maybe what 3 something in the morning, and then finally we got to the good part where he's talking about you know being a wrestler and everything. And all right, here we go. And then talk about the click, talk about some other things with the click. Talk about he missed Scott Hall. We all do. Wish he was still here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the first story he talked about Scott Hall. Because it also involved the kid, X Pac. Talk about Undertaker. He talks about China, which I'm glad he brought up China. Um, and obviously bring up Stephanie and her and the kiss that they made, and they were there by the way. He even talked about Vince McMahon, and when it comes to Vince McMahon, yeah, even though there are things that are not, they talk about Vince, but he still talk about how he helped him in the business, and everything. And let's I say about that, but it's his also an opinion about Vince, because he knows him more, and obviously married into the family, so not gonna harbor him with fat one-in-law. If he's to us, Vince, that's him, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it as that. And talk about some other things as well. Talk about his parents, which still here. Um, he talking about his sister who was there, who also had a health scare at one point. Like Triple H did with some correct with a cardiac arrest. And she survived it. And like that that's wow. And then he was, also thinking William Regal, thinking I think Terry Taylor, the Red Rooster. That's all I always know him as. A piece of garbage Red Rooster. And a piece of garbage, who I still don't understand to the life of me why he couldn't help Daphne during that time in TNA. What happened with her? Then lying about you're taking care of her. Otherwise, Daphne would still be here with us. Not blaming him for I want anyone thinking I'm blaming Taylor for this, but TNA during that time, the old regime of TNA, and Terry Taylor was one of them, could have done more, and really kept their words, to try to help Daphne. But I digress. And I can't remember. Oh yeah, he may have brought Arn Anderson. He brought up also, I think he may have brought Ric Flair. We also brought Harley Race, especially when it comes to Triple H being trained by Kowalski. Which is a funny story that he's talk about how Harley Race smoking a cigar or cigarette rubber, saying so you were trained by Kowalski, and they Triple H responds saying yes sir, and then Harley Race blows the cigar rubber, and it's like, well, he was a shit. So basically, in a way, Harley Race was basically foreshadowing what Triple H's career was going to be in ring and character wise. Was he was going to be the shit. That's what I took out from that speech. And sure enough, he wasn't wrong. Triple H, in the ring was the shits, because he was triple boring to me, even when he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Anyways, but I'll always appreciate Triple H's career in WWE. When it comes to again, even though he was the blue blood, then still didn't give a shit about the blue blood gimmick. And then with him being with China, and then doing the whole deal with DX, and then doing the DX with Shawn Michaels being gone, and with his issues, then be on his own with China with the corporation, and then really go on his own with China, and then doing the whole thing with Stephanie McMahon, and then later on ends up being on his own after returning from his injury. Which he talked about that too, by the way, where he think that the doctors he's been with, like Andrews and whoever else he mentioned as well, or on taking care of him, And I think one of them may have told him that he may never wrestle again because of that tear, but he has to prove them wrong. So, yeah, Triple H, had an okay career for someone who was handed all those titles. And by the way, he also thanked Mick Foley. He actually thanks Mick Foley, and Mick Foley was there with his daughter. And I think Huey was there, or Mickey. I can't remember which of those sons were there, but Mick Foley was there. And Triple H thanks him, because if it wasn't for Mick Foley, and it's just the truth, if it wasn't for Mick Foley, Triple H would never have been looked at as a main eventer in that company. If it wasn't for Mick Foley, so I'm glad Triple H brought up Mick Foley. Unlike Undertaker, when he was in the Hall of Fame, he didn't even mention Mick Foley for helping him of his career. Because of all the matches that Undertaker's had in WWE with big guys, Psycho Sid, that sucked. Kevin Nash, yeah, Diesel, it was all right. That's WrestleMania 12. Yokozuna, I thought that was it was pretty good, but again, but yeah, then you get someone like Giant Gonzalez. Yeah, that was bad. But Undertaker was looking for a guy to work with in the ring that he can show some great wrestling. For his character, who's really ain't supposed to show some wrestling, because his gimmick is that he's a walking zombie who does chokes and other things that a wrestler shouldn't be doing when it comes to his character. But with Mankind, he showed a lot more than what make out to be. So that alone, why I feel like on why I was a little annoyed that Undertaker didn't mention Mick Foley in his speech. So I'm glad Triple H for his part of the Hall of Fame speech that he did mention Mick Foley for helping him get into that main event picture. Because if it was going to be Mick Foley, then it probably would have been someone else, like maybe a Shawn Michaels, if Michaels would have been helped, would have taken care of himself during that time, where eventually a turn would have happened eventually, where those they probably would have some some great matches. Not saying they didn't have great matches later on, but still, it probably would have been a lot better if Triple H wasn't didn't have a quad chair during that time. But still ends up being have a good match though, even though he was carried by Shawn Michaels either way. So, well, even his matches with I'm talking about Triple H here. Even matches with The Rock was great. Even with Stone Cold, and that's as far as I can go from there. But because again, Triple H was, to me, which is mid. But there you go. And now Triple H is being the headliner, the Hall of Fame. It took way longer, but he kept my attention. For someone who I always thought was boring on the mic sometimes. But this one was different. But with that being said, I hope the whole thing doesn't be like this at this late ever again.
Yeah.
All right.
The amount of people that were falling asleep in there.
That's right. They were. The one thing I caught my eye was Booker T. When I saw his eyes closed, like holy shit.
Nah, he was just resting his eyes.
Oh, oh man. And also you couldn't tell for Jey Uso. But Jey Uso, even with his sunglasses on, you could see from there he even dozed off. Man. But yeah, hopefully they learn the lessons now. But I doubt they would. All right. I want to bring up one thing, but oh yeah, Peter Rosenberg was when I was watching the red carpet Hall of Fame portion of it, he was on there, and he talked about so much. Just one of those guys I can't stand in WWE. Don't know why he's even got a job there, but he's awful. And basically, now I know probably in character and all that, but he's talking all that smack about Karrion Kross, and then also in Karrion Kross, comes back, with Scarlett to be interviewed with him and let's see, Jackie Redmond. Yeah, Jackie Redmond. And all of a sudden he's changing his tune about saying something about Karen, saying negative things about Karen Cross. And and Karen Cross, look like he wanted to kill him. I wish he would have. I mean, after all, he is Killer Cross. No matter what name he's going by in WWE.
Yeah, Carry On Cross, whatever the fuck. He'll always be Killer Cross to me.
Killer Cross. Which I'm hoping he'll get a better push now for 2025. People also people now are seeing the big deal about Karen Cross now. Hopefully that changes in 2025. If not, then WWE is going to lose another one because his contract's going to be up later in the summer. So hopefully they'll take care of that issue with Karen Cross. I know Triple H likes him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Otherwise, he wouldn't have brought him back along with Scarlett because those two are a great package together. So hopefully, Triple H got a better got some big plans for him. In fact, WrestleMania should have been that plan. If instead of worry about Logan Paul, which by the way, I saw that interest by the way that Logan Paul did. It was basically him recording himself, to go viral, and that's all that WWE cares about. Is with Logan Paul is because he's creating viral moments. Who gives a fuck? You sacrifice Karrion Kross to be to wrestle WrestleMania against AJ Styles. It's a match we very seen, but still, it'll be a way better match than Logan Paul. And Logan Paul was, and again, watching the replay on Peacock, I like Logan Paul just bored the shit out of me. His offense is just boring. I think Triple H matches are way more exciting to watch than Logan Paul.
Exactly.
And on top of he wins against AJ Styles. Like this company is out of their minds, but pushing this guy, and he was not even on Raw to glow about his win. So what did that really do for him for him winning against one of your best wrestlers in AJ Styles, who's going to be retiring soon? I don't get this company sometimes. Even with Vince gone, I don't get what their mindset is. But anyways, all right. Now let me see if there's anything else to bring up here. Now I can't talk about TNA on Breakaway because I haven't seen it yet, so I forgot to watch it. But I heard some things that happened on there, and one of them I think of what I heard from Omega Red, which I didn't care if he mentioned it to me about who moves wrestle, and I couldn't believe it when I heard it because he's the worst wrestler. Like okay, it's gotta be Jinder Mahal then, and then it was not. Like, well then I can't think of anyone else in TNA that's a bad worker, and this was someone they brought in new, and it was Scripps, the former Reggie, whichever you want to say.
They brought in Scripps.
And I'm like, what the hell? Now, obviously, he didn't win, but the fact that they brought him in, like, are you serious, TNA? Yeah, got rid of Scott D'Amore, Gail Kim, and other people that's benefiting TNA wrestling all these years, And mine's bringing back Tessa Blanchard, which is a bad decision overall. When you bring in a guy who's done nothing but flippity flips, circus acts type of shit, for a guy who really got over in WWE. Unbelievable. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. So Roxanne Perez, she was on Raw. Was she um interfering in a match against the first time ever seeing Stephanie Becerra versus Io Sky, two women's champions from different brands. And it was a good match, but Roxanne Perez ruined it, which I didn't mind. I know it's not me being a simp of Roxanne Perez, even though she is my girl. But I prefer her on the main roster than be sticking on NXT since 2022. Why haven't they haven't hopefully this is a call up too, by the way. Hopefully this is a call up. Since this is the Raw at the Mania. I just hope that this is the call up. Then again, you also had Julia on there as well, because she also showed up. I don't think it's her. I don't think it's a call for her either. But again, we don't know if WWE is still going to do the WWE draft, which I wouldn't mind that they do it, because this whole transfer window bullshit was a fail. Because they didn't know how to do this whole transfer window, and they didn't really explain how this even work. They just did it. But Triple H is cooking though. Yeah, he's cooking.
Yeah, even if you don't agree, you're just an AEW fucking fanboy.
Yes. But yeah, so Roxanne Perez and Julia got involved, and they beat down on the champions, and that's where Ripley came out and took care of Roxanne Perez, and then that's when we had the stare down between Julia and Rhea Ripley. By the way, Rhea Ripley, I noticed one side of her eye wasn't had makeup on, and the reason for that is because apparently during her match at WrestleMania, she suffered some type of shiner there. I don't know if it was some EO when it came to maybe the show gone wrong. I don't know, but yeah, she's rocking her black. She's rocking some type of black eye there. But either way, EO Sky was saved by Rhea Ripley, and Rhea gives her the bell. Holds her up and everything, but she said, but she's still coming after for the title, and that was it. There was no Bianca Belair to follow up about what happened, what was going to happen with her. Now, obviously, I think District could be there too, because she's from SmackDown. The only reason why she was even allowed to be on Raw during those times, because she did win the Elimination Chamber when it comes to facing the Women's World Champion, who that could have been. And at that time, it was Rhea until Rhea lost it to Io. So now we get to have a one-on-one match between Io versus Rhea, which I'm assuming they're gonna save it for Backlash, and I hope they do.
Yeah, they're gonna save it for Blacklash.
Yes. And as far as Bianca Belair, well, obviously you're gonna do some story there between Naomi and Jade Cargill, which I'm pretty sure that's gonna fall up on SmackDown. So we'll see how that turns out. But either way, and what comes to NXT later on tonight, folks, there will be Roxanne Perez getting her NXT Women's Championship title match against the champion, Stephanie Becker. Why she's getting a title shot, I don't know. It's beyond me. Or why she's getting a title shot. I don't recall I mean, okay, I don't recall Roxanne Perez winning any match to get a shot at the title. Um, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird, folks. It's fucking weird. I don't know why this dude felt the need to still keep Roxanne Perez on NXT. There's nothing there for her to do anymore. I mean, yeah, a match against Stephanie McCure is gonna be a good match, but besides that, what else is there for Roxanne Perez to do? She already won a tournament, the breakout tournament at the time, to go after a title that she wanted to go after, and she ends up being with with Cora Jade to go after the tag titles, and they won it. It was brief, but they won it. And then her win the Iron Survivor Challenge to get a shot at the title. She has to win it early because the whole thing with Mandy Rose situation debacle. It's the reason why they get the belt to her early. But she won it either way. Her first reign wasn't great. It was all right for what it was because she wasn't supposed to get it right away. But then she has again her second reign for it, and she delivered pretty well as a heel. She's she's done all she can on that show of that brand of NXT. So the best thing for her is to finally get called up to the main roster, and I thought that was going to be the case after she had one hell of a performance at the Royal Rumble. She has three Royal Rumble appearances, and she's done pretty well for those three. And you want to count one of them as being her highlight of it, which it was because she has been the longest one in that Rumble to be second runner up against Charlotte Flair, and then she has to be in Elimination Chamber, and she had one hell of a performance in that one too. And after that, what happened with her? They had her go right back to NXT, do nothing with her. No plans for her to go to WrestleMania. No plans for her to go into Stand Deliver, other than be on the pre-show of Stand Deliver. And then her having a show by Raw after Mania, just to to showcase her on there because she's going to be facing Stephanie McCure for the NXT Women's Championship title on NXT. And obviously she's not going to win because I'm pretty sure they want her to move up to the main roster already. Which, what the fuck are you waiting for? Call her up already. I don't understand what's the hold up. What's the hesitation already? Call her up already. We want to see Roxanne Perez on the main roster. It's time for her to do something on the main roster now. Doesn't matter if it's gonna be on Raw or SmackDown. Because there's nothing for her to do on NXT anymore. But I digress now. When it comes to this whole thing, I seriously don't know what I think anymore. But I know eventually they will corrupt. But again, they haven't given us any information or anything about the WWE draft as of late. So I thought they at least announced it on Raw to Mania, but they didn't do that as well either. So I don't know what's going on. But I'll tell you one thing: we got the return of Rusev, and Rusev came in with new music. Crowd to remember him. It was changed Rusev Day. Rusev, he still look at the Redeemer. When it comes to from the AEW. So hopefully that's what he is. He's still the Redeemer in WWE. Now as what's happening with his wife CJ Perry, Lana, if she is coming in, will she come in? I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? But I think Rusev's doing well while her there. Because they remarry, So, but I don't know. We'll see if she's gonna return. But if she was gonna return, she probably will return, with Rusev on that night. So, but I don't know. Anyways, um, JT McDonough's back, by the way, which I'm glad he is. I figured they'll have him come back at on Raw. Since there was really no plans for him to going into WrestleMania after being injured from that scary spot that happened to him months ago. So I figured he will return on the main roster. I mean on Raw, I meant to say, on Raw. So Raw at the Mania, I should say. I figured he would return for Raw at the Mania. So even Sami Zayn returned, after being away for 4 weeks, that he asked for time off. Becky Lynch turning heel on Live Valkyria. Braun Baker, being aligned with Paul Heyman and Seth fucking Rollins. Randy Orton, RKO, and John Cena out of nowhere. And John Cena didn't see it coming because he's fucking garbage. Roman Reigns was there, and CM Punk was there, but they got taken out. Trying to think about what else happened on the show. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that happened on the show. It was a mid show in a way. Wasn't the greatest show or a show that got you that knocked out the park, wherever. It was a show that was there. With some elements of a twist and turns in a way. Now we gotta see how SmackDown delivers. But first, we gotta get to NXT, which is later on tonight, which I will be watching. And by the way, folks, even though WrestleMania season is now over, we're still gonna continue WrestleMania season because WrestleMania season for us will continue to do WrestleMania watches. And what we're gonna do, we'll be doing the WrestleMania 12 watch, which will be later, which will be later on tonight. Hopefully, you all join with us with that one. And by being said, I'm gonna call it and end from here. As far as the logo of this episode of Being the Asylum 224, I gotta take care of that TNA Unbreakable logo because unfortunately I didn't get a chance to watch TNA Unbreakable. If I did, I would still stay on here and talk to you guys about it and read the results, but I didn't see it yet, so I got to watch it before I say anything. So that'll be for another time. But in the meantime, folks, thank you all for watching. Again, this was episode 224 for Being the Asylum. Next time we'll do an episode of Being the Asylum, which whenever that may be, maybe on a Friday, we shall see. It'll be episode 225. And hopefully from there I'll talk about TNA Unbreakable. We shall see. But with that being said, folks, shout out to Tokyo, the only moderator on the stream in the chat. CJ the Lone Wolf, Steel Storm. Who was the other one there? Yeah, the used condom for brains. Shout out to Oya and shout out to anyone else that watched but then uncommented. Hopefully you're commenting next time, but make sure it's all positive. For Joy Williams, the True Jaber, and Omega Red. Unfortunately, we didn't get to do fun topics because Omega Red dipped out. That's okay. We'll do it another time. But it's Natural Born Thriller. Say peace on the streets, all be well. Stay safe. Take care of everything that's going on in the world. For I'm out here. Ta-ta for now. As I bid you all in Abdu with a goodbye and good night to all you. Bang. Until next time, folks. Take care of yourselves and each other. God bless. Take care. Peace. We'll see you later on tonight for WrestleMania 12 watch.
Bye.